Sorry. I'm sorry.
No worries.
So we got to Hermsdorf. We go to the Baron's place to bring Bianca back, and the steward is there. The Baron has been mortally wounded in a shady hunting accident, and someone's going to take his place. Meaning that Bianca is the last known heir of the former Baron. So we basically took her there, and the guy paid us, but we said we're not going to give Bianca to him because we knew she's going to get killed, right? So we tried renegotiating, and he brought in a bunch of guards and just basically outmuscled us and told us to leave. So that's where we are right now.
So is Bianca with the Baron's rival?
Yeah, she's the heir.
Well,
she's with the steward of the former Baron.
Yeah, but you don't really know if he's working for the new Baron.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your suspicions, but you're not 100% sure.
It just wasn't a good situation, basically.
Well, no, you were completely outclassed in that department.
We had to walk out the door with our tail between our legs, basically. So.
Well, yes, but you did get paid, including you, Ashley.
Okay, how much will... Oh, it says here, actually. Is it 10 gold each?
Yeah, and I think I've added it already to your character sheet, basically. But you can check if it's okay.
It looks... I mean, I've got 19 crowns. That sounds quite a lot if it hasn't been added, so... Yeah, it looks like I've got it.
Yeah, so it's updated.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so you know what happened, and we can all start. Like I was telling Brian before, I'm not going to run the Lord of Lost Heart for you guys just yet because it's a pretty hard adventure, and I think you would all get slaughtered very quickly. So instead, I've chosen something different, which will probably be the last adventure before Nuln, before you reach Nuln. That's when the real fun begins, you know. But right now, we are starting the Everybody's Talking at Me adventure. And we're starting at Hermsdorf. You've just been, well, led out of the Baron's manor, I mean his former advisor's manor. You've left Bianca with the men. You're not really sure what will happen next. But you didn't really have any choice. As you can hear from the soundtrack, it's actually raining slightly. But fortunately you've gotten paid. Hermsdorf is quite a big city for this part of the Empire at least. And you can spend your hard-earned cash here. So, just to quick things up, do you guys want to? I mean, Andrew already bought his stuff, but if any one of you wants to buy anything, we can just speed it up, or you know, or maybe you want to do something completely different.
I did want to buy about a week's worth of rations as well.
Okay. There's a big market not far from where you are currently. It's near the town Platz. So we just walk there. You see a bunch of stands, bunch of shops. Despite the ugly weather, people are buying food, and you know, farmers are shouting the prices of their goods. There are some stands with weapons and armor, although not many. You saw that basically Lucas just went over to one of the stands and bought himself a leather cap and leather jerkin, and also some food, some provisions for the road. Are you guys want to buy something else?
Yeah, can I buy... Well, I'll do the same, about a week's worth of rations and How many crossbow bolts can I carry? I've got 9 at the moment.
I believe the quiver allows you to carry 20.
Can I buy 11 crossbow bolts? How much would that cost?
Of course, 11 crossbow bolts is... I'm going to tell you in a second. Oh, yeah. It's going to be 4 silver.
Okay. And how much for the rations?
The rations for a week cost... cost 6 silver.
Oh,
6.
that's for a week?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was for a day.
No, it's for a week. So adjust your character sheets accordingly, please.
Actually, last time you weren't here. I'm not sure if you would have objected. So I guess we could retroactively do that. But I covered expenses for 4 days for everybody.
Oh, right. Okay. So
I'm not sure. Do you object to that at all?
you covered expenses.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Should I pay you back?
We could talk about it.
In character,
I mean,
boys, in character.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Would you have objected if you were here? I'm not going to break your kneecaps in character or anything. I'm just
yeah,
really. It was a nice gesture. I'm trying to win. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've accepted it, and thank you.
Okay, Andrew. So you've got your rations for a week. Ashley, you've bought your rations for a week plus some crossbow bolts. So it was a total of 16 silver for you. Andrew only pays 6. Brian, do you want to buy something? Also, remember about Gennaro.
Yeah, I want to give Gennaro, I guess, 2 gold to work with.
Okay.
And tell him to go get some leather armor for himself and rations for both of us for a week.
I think Gennaro has leather armor. May I be wrong?
He has something. He has a jerkin, I believe.
Yeah. So, alright. So, yeah, sure, boss. Yeah, I'm gonna buy me some skull cap. Yeah. Saying that he's going to buy a skull cap, which unfortunately costs 3 gold crowns.
I give him a third, I guess.
Alright. He returns with a brand new skull cap on his skull.
Well, while he was doing that, I wanted to go and see if Franz is still at the dock.
Okay. He returns to the docks, but you don't see Franz there. He probably sailed away.
I probably should have worked that out before we walked away. Okay.
Probably
we don't have a boat anymore, guys.
I don't know that if he'd reported us, then they'd have known exactly where we were coming back to. So, might not have been the worst thing.
Yeah.
Right, Brian. Are you buying anything for yourself then?
No. Just maybe a dark cloak.
Dark cloak.
Whoa.
Okay, so it will cost you. Where the hell is the? Nope. It's a common quality clothing, so it won't cost you that much.
It's just something to put over my extravagant.
Oh, you mean cloak?
Yeah.
Okay, well it's 5 gold crowns.
Oh no, I mean something to cut it could be burlap, it could be kind of ratty even.
All right, so it's just
something that's gonna hide in shadows a little easier and.
Okay, so I'm going to just treat it as a common quality clothing, which will cost you 1 crown.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing with which you start the game actually, so you know.
Okay, but it doesn't stand out as much, right?
No, it doesn't stand out as much.
Okay, yeah. So I'm down to 14 then. Alrighty. I guess I want to meet up with everybody else.
Right. So you're going to you return to the marketplace where you've left your companions. You all just stand there. You know, the rain is soaking you. You've got what you want, really. And you probably think that there's not much else to do here. Basically, you know, you've done your job. If Sigmar will be merciful, Bianca may survive.
So, how do you guys feel about that whole situation?
I think it's odd, but I don't know. I want to get involved.
My feelings are kind of hurt over this.
Yeah, we're now essentially on the run from our employer. I don't know that I want to be drawing attention to myself doing anything about it.
No, and yeah, I think the more visible we are, the more likely we're going to get caught down the line. Don't know what would actually do either. Really, I mean, we could watch the castle or something, but yeah.
I agree. The next logical step is to just move on, but I think we do all need to carry this on our conscience that we just brought a little girl to her death, basically.
Well, we don't know that.
I think it's safe to say.
I don't know. I mean, what evidence do we have? A bad feeling, maybe, but
If that helps you sleep at night, you know, that's fine. Usually I don't have these moral problems because the people I deal with are bad people, but this is a little girl. I know Gennaro's taken a liking to her.
Yeah, the little girl, yeah, she's pretty swell, yeah? I think we should go there and just beat the fucker's face, yeah, before, and make him handle her to us, you know, yeah. A wise
I appreciate
guy,
the
yeah?
enthusiasm, but it's not that simple.
Well, why not? I mean, you know, I can take on all those guys, yeah?
I don't think we should be doing any job that we have to run away from.
Molto bene.
What? I mean, I wasn't there. Well, I wasn't there out of character. But what was? I mean, what reason did we have to believe that he would harm her? I mean, he's taken over, isn't he? But
She's the last known biological heir of the Baron that was pretty much killed under shady circumstances.
yeah, but that also makes her worth quite a bit of money alive too.
If they do the right thing and hand the fortune over to her, yeah. I mean, like, what do you mean?
Do this. I mean, she becomes a very valuable political piece. You let her get to be old enough, and then all of a sudden you can back revolution is the wrong word, but you know, you can get yourself get her in power and get yourself a very an even cushier position for having backed her.
So maybe we misjudged the steward's intentions. Do you think we should leave a note offering to take her somewhere safe where no one's gonna find her? And I don't mean like in a hole in the ground. I mean like legitimately.
I don't think there's anything we can do.
Okay. I
mean,
I agree
again,
with you guys. I mean,
we don't have the money, the manpower, or the influence to do anything about it.
what do we know about the arch rival? I mean, is there like some kind of general knowledge we have of him? Is he known in the Empire well, or?
Well, no, actually, no. You don't. He's just one of the barons in which basically every province is full of them. He's not an electoral count, of course, but he has probably a sizable, you know, standing army of his own. He's a political figure, which means that he also has ties to to many allies, and probably can call upon many favors. You don't know what his relation to the Temple of Sigmar is, for example, which you know is also a really big thing in the Empire. Basically, if you have the the favor of the Temple of Sigmar, then you're practically untouchable. So it's really.
What about the Baron that's on his deathbed? You know anything about where he is?
You don't really know where he is. He's probably in his, in his castle or maybe in his manor. You don't really know even where that is. And even if you knew, they probably would not let you, see him, because you're practically nobodies, and you know that there's not even a single nobleman in your party.
Right.
You know, and you have a guy who looks, whose face looks like, well.
The only
Like
way
that.
I think you might be able to do something is if the people already hate the guy that's going to be taken over for the Baron. That's the only way. Is if there's already an uprising about to happen and we just need to spark a match. You know what I mean? If that's not the case, then then there's nothing we can do. But if we can create a diversion, we can get in there.
Yeah, roll for Common Knowledge Empire, everyone, with a plus 30% modifier.
What's that based on? Is it intelligence?
Intelligence, yeah. Okay,
But I have that on D20s, not D10. Sorry.
no worries.
Sorry, is it 2d10s?
Yes, it's 2d10s. Alright. Okay, 82. Okay, actually, your character doesn't really know how it works, but basically, Andrew and Brian, you know that uprising in the Empire is a crime punishable by death. It's considered one of the worst heresies to go against the will of the Emperor. And to go against the will of his appointed, barons, and basically, just raising a hand against nobility. They will just kill you. They will hunt you down through the whole empire, and it's something really, really no. Just saying.
I mean, I think with my character, yes, it would gnaw his conscience, but I don't think he's not gonna try and invade the Baron's castle. And I think, yeah, myself and Luke's getting a bit, that probably could get us a bit too much exposure.
Well, so what do you want to do? Are you? Wait a second. What the hell? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had some.
My mic just mysteriously came back on Roll20.
Yeah, mine too.
That's my fault. I accidentally refreshed the screen at the exact same time that happened.
Oh.
I suspect that's probably why.
Okay, maybe that was it. No worries. Right. So do you guys want to stay around in Harmsdorf? I don't know, start a revolution, or are you going? Or are you going forward? And Ashley just reappeared on Roll20. You're there, Ashley?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm hearing you on Skype or Roll20 then.
No. On Skype is everything okay? Yeah, I just.
Yeah, I'm here.
We had a small technical problems on Roll20. All right. So what's your decision? Remember, you're getting wet because it's raining.
Is it fairly late at night?
No, actually not. It's early afternoon.
Let's go have a drink while we figure this out.
Yeah.
Dry off.
Okay.
Is there a tavern or an inn?
Sure, there is a tavern.
Okay.
Around around the main town square, there are a lot of taverns, drink halls, and such. You just you go to to the nearest that was. It was called the Croaking Frog, and true to its name, it has a sign of a frog above the entrance. You enter inside. There are lots of people basically eating, drinking. Auto drinking sparsely since it's still quite early. You order drinks, I presume.
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Can I get a bottle of brandy? Does the bartender have brandy?
Bartender, in fact, has brandy.
How much for a bottle?
For a whole bottle,
I'm
you
out.
say? Says the bartender to you. Well,
Yeah.
my good sir, it will cost you one crown to buy a bottle of brandy.
It's good brandy, I presume.
Of course, the best. Bretonian.
Can I taste it first?
Oh, you know, he looks at you rather unpleasantly.
I put 1 gold on the counter so he sees I have it.
Very well. He pours you a bit of brandy, not too much, just basically just for a sip. You taste it. It's good. Not the best that you've tasted, but it's good.
Worth about a gold.
Yeah. I mean, given the circumstances, you know, the Empire is right after a huge northern invasion, and everything basically is just more expensive than usual. It's worth gold.
Okay, I pay him and I ask for, I guess 4 glasses.
Oh, no worries, sir. Of course, I will provide you with all the glasses you need. So he takes the gold greedily because it's gold. He leads you to a table near the fireplace, which you're pretty grateful for because despite that it's summer, it's still pretty cold with all the rain outside. And he puts 4 glasses of brandy. You know, pours an equal measure to each one, and then leaves.
Okay. I start drinking and ask again, what are we doing? I mean, the business side of me tells me to move on, and I will lose some sleep over this, but I think I can live with it, unfortunately.
I grunt and say, well, I think we should move on.
Yeah, I mean we're now essentially on the run from our employer, who is not going to take kindly to us just disappearing in mid-mission. We probably want to keep a very low profile.
You're talking about the road warden.
Yes,
Okay.
he was quite
You
a
guys have no
despicable
intention of
gentleman.
having work?
Well, I mean, at this point, we have completely disappeared. We've essentially gone AWOL. I think if we just show back up, that would probably be minimum a flogging. A maximum, I don't want to think about. So I say we are essentially completely on the run at this point.
Well, if it helps you sleep at night, I think Torvis probably couldn't get too far being Torvis. He turns very simple things into extravagant bloodbath.
Out of character, was he a former? Was that a former player's character, or is that just an
Yeah, he was.
Just curious.
He was like trolling the group with like just what he could get away with, like, just murdering people. Like we didn't even leave the inn yet. He's murdering people and trampling people with horses.
Yeah, but it's a shame that he really left the game because on the next session I wanted to attack him with a pack of wolves. You know, just I mean I know players like him, guys who just basically think that they can troll the game master, but they forget that game master always has the bigger power.
Well, and Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay is the wrong game to do that in.
Yeah.
Blim's doing that, at the very least.
It's a very bad idea. And I mean, in general, it's just a dick move. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Ashley, you remember one thing. You remember that not far from here, there's a village called Nordfels. It's a little north of here, and in that village is, well, maybe not a friend, but a good comrade of yours, Egil Ketilson, a dwarf. who worked with you a couple of times. He's actually an ex-adventurer who just you know, he dropped out of the business basically. And opened his own inn.
You still there, Andrew?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
You're dropped off a roll.
Because you've dropped out of roll 20.
I did.
Oh no! Now you're back. All right.
Well, I'll suggest to the others. I'll say, well, I have a friend near here. It may be worth a visit. He may have some more work for us if you're looking for more work. I don't know about you fellows, but perhaps we should pop in and see him.
So, in the larger scheme, I'm definitely looking for work right now. But my plan is to go to Nuln. I have people there, but I can't walk into Nuln empty-handed. So for their protection, I'm gonna have to come with quite a bit of money. So that's where I'm heading. Ultimately, I need to make a lot of money in the process. So I'm definitely looking for work. This is north of here.
Yeah. Nordfels is north of here. You know the place, Ashley. Basically, you've never been there, but you've been in the neighborhood, so to speak.
Can we enter?
How far is it?
It's about a week's travel, maybe less. But the best thing is that it's actually near one of the main roads to Nuln.
Okay.
And you've known from Egil that Nordfels is supposedly a very, very friendly place.
Could do with that.
Yeah.
So how far could we get before sundown? Do you know of a place in the road that's we could try to hike towards? It's safe. We can set up camp.
You know a place like that, Ashley? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I know a place.
Well, I guess we should head north. I mean, don't really
Yeah.
have much going for us here.
None of us can ride, can we? I can't. I know I can't.
Yeah.
Ride? I don't think I can.
In fact, I almost looked into just buying that as a skill instead of bumping up my points. Yeah, I know I can't.
Okay. Yeah. Could we hire a horse and cart? I think my character's feeling a little bit lazy after the amount of trekking they've been doing.
Oh, you had a horse?
No, I didn't have a horse. I wonder if we could hire a horse and cart.
Well, yes, you probably can hire a horse, but
And a driver.
you know that it's probably going to be costing quite a lot. At least for for your budget. You don't have that much money.
Okay.
But you can certainly, of course, try. I'm not saying no. All right. It's going to cost you. It's going to. Sorry. Well, it depends what you are looking for. Are you looking for just a simple cart, or something more fancy and safer at that?
Just something that means we don't have to walk.
Okay, so each of you should test your fellowship then. You basically just go out of the inn and try to hire, try to find someone who will get you there. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I rolled 2 d20.
Yeah, I failed.
Yeah,
too.
Brian failed.
Oh, have I passed? I'm not sure.
Ashley
There's
maybe
Gennaro.
failed. Oh yeah, Gennaro also needs to roll. What about that?
Oh, I just failed. This is a modifier.
By how much you failed?
1.
So you've passed it basically. General also passed it. Go ahead. Yeah, but
I take my
alright.
glass outside with me, and I'm still drinking.
You've basically drunk all the brandy while still inside, because you.
The whole bottle.
Yeah, between four of you.
Wow. We got a good buzz going.
Yeah, fortunately, no, you're not tipsy, or at least not yet. Right, Ashley, you found a man who's willing to take you to Norfolk, or at least to the immediate vicinity of Nordfolk, sorry. It will basically cost you 4 gold crowns,
Ooh.
but for all of you, not for each one.
I'm gonna, I'll pay for it. I'll repay the hospitality. That not Gennaro, sorry, Sally has given. To be honest, I don't expect to live long at this rate, so.
I tip my hat to you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So basically, Johan just paid for each one of you. I mean, for all of you, basically. 4 gold crowns is a lot, actually. The driver took your cash and told you that he can leave as fast as you when you're ready, basically.
I'm okay to go if everybody else is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So you jump on the cart and you begin your journey to Nordfels. Sorry, it's called Nordfels, not Norfolk. I thought Norfolk. Since you were on a cart, the journey took less time than if you'd be walking, and also it stopped raining the second day of the 4-day journey, basically. So it wasn't actually that bad. After the fourth day, you've entered the town of Nordfels, which is a small community. It's situated, of course, right next to the forest and a huge, imposing rock, almost a small mountain that grows out of the forest. Your driver, who was named Ostfeld, he just let you off on the town's border, and then he took his cart the other way around back to Hensdorf. Johan, you know that Egil, your comrade, runs an inn called the Black Boar.
Okay.
It's near dusk when you arrive at the Black Boar, the social hub of Nordfels. You enter the tavern, and immediately something is off. While there is a nice fire burning and most seats are filled with drinking peasants, there is an eerie and foreboding atmosphere about the place. People talk in hushed voices and are carefully observing one another. Each one of you make an easy perception test. Okay, Andrew passed it, Brian passed it, for Gennaro. Brian, you've passed it, right?
I think so.
45, I think so too. Yeah, because
What am I
I mean
testing
it's easy. So each one of you passed it, basically. You can see that there are 3 distinctive groups spread out in the inn. One is near the entrance, one near the bar, and another toward the back of the inn. When you've entered, Johan, you can see that Egil immediately recognizes you and greets you loudly and heartily. Johan! So nice to see you! He runs from behind his counter and trots over to you to shake your hand. How are you, old friend?
Good, Egil. How are you?
Oh, well, he looks around, nervously a bit, but tries to keep a happy, jovial face. Well, maybe we should, talk near the bar, I think. You see that Egil is obviously he's a dwarf with reddish close-cropped hair, and also you can see from up close that he has a single, one of his eyes is a glass eye. He leads you to the counter, and says to you that, you want to drink something, maybe eat something.
Of course.
You are actually quite starving. It was you had your last good meal 4 days ago, actually. So he gives each of you a glass, a mug of dark, rich beer. And he presents to you. He presents you also with onion pie, some mutton, and sausages, and a bit of bread.
Thank you. What was your name?
My name is Egil, good sir.
Egil?
Yes, Egil. Egil.
Ah.
I'm the owner of
My
this
name's,
fine establishment. Egil
My name's
Ketilsson.
Salvatore, but you can call me Sally. It's nice to finally see someone at eye level.
Oh yes, well, we, you see that his face darkened. Well, we used to have a halfling here, not anymore.
I say, this is also Lucas and Gennaro, and I point to them.
Very fine,
Please-
very nice to meet you, sir. It's very nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, Herr Dwarf.
Yes, well, I'm. I don't know if Johan told you we used to, do a bit of adventuring together, but then I've decided to settle down, and I've created this place, the Black Boar. Well, my father, Kettle, would probably not agree, but I've decided to live among you, humans and halflings, and not in one of our great stone keeps. So, anyway, what brings you here? You see that still the men around you are basically, they are very quiet. Everyone is talking in hushed voices, and each of the group is looking at another with with a bad glint in their eyes, so to say. You can feel the tension, basically. You can feel the tension in the air.
Egil, are you okay? There seems to be something slightly strange, or it seems a bit tense around here.
Oh well, yes. We had accident not long ago, unfortunately. Carol, our resident halfling, was found dead in the Marktplatz. And since that time, the peasants have become very mistrusting of each other and basically split into the three groups that you see here. Yeah.
Which one doesn't like halflings?
Well, you see, everyone likes. Well, maybe not all of halflings, but everyone liked Carol. He was liked here. He was an outstanding member of our town, of our society. He was basically found beaten to death on the Marktplatz. Not far from here, actually.
Who do you think did it?
Well, honestly, I don't know. I try to keep out of the of all that nasty business. Just trying to run my inn, and trying to keep it in one place, because since the since the incident, there were a lot of brawls, a lot of fights, and at that moment you see that basically an argument is starting between a member of the group sitting next to the door and a member of the group sitting at the back of the inn. From what you can say, the group that you're sitting with, basically near the counter, they are the most friendly people. I mean, they talk rather normally, but these two groups, the other two groups, they are basically just throwing knives at each other, with their eyes. And you can see that two drunken peasants, just walk one to another, and and they're just began arguing. The matter is completely trivial and banal. There's something about you didn't catch that exactly, but there's something about the taste of beer here or something like this. But they're just begin screaming at one another and yelling, and the other guys from the two groups, they are quick on the draw, and they're just begin to cheer them up. You know that in a couple of seconds probably a brawl will start, unless someone will be able to defuse it. What are you doing? Egil just murmurs, "Oh no, by Grangni, not again."
Is anybody armed?
Well, no, nobody is armed. Like I said, these guys are peasants. I mean, few of them have short knives, but they are clearly worn as a utility tools, not as actual weapons. They are not daggers or or hunting knives. Otherwise, you're the most heavily armed people in this inn. Even Egil doesn't carry a weapon, although you probably guess that he has something under his counter, perhaps a blunderbuss or maybe a loaded crossbow. But he's not, he's not going for it. He just, the look on his face is that he wishes, for these two to just stop screaming at each other and don't start another brawl in the town. I mean, in his inn.
I'll load my crossbow and I'll point it at one of them and I'll shout. I'll say, "Calm yourselves down, or the next person to leave this inn will be in a coffin."
Okay, you just basically put your crossbow to your arm, shouted, what you just said. Roll for intimidate.
I just continue eating.
Okay, Gennaro, you see that Gennaro, is just slowly putting his hand on his club, but he's also eating.
Oh, it's not too bad.
How many? Oh, nice. Okay, basically, miraculously, it worked. The two guys, when they saw the loaded crossbow, each of them went pale. Despite the fact that both of them are stinking drunk, and that's probably why they've jumped to each other's throats. And they've put up their hands in the air and they just slowly began to walk back, saying, "Okay, sorry, Miner, we didn't mean anything. It was just a friendly conversation, And
What are you fellas drinking?
Beer.
Have a round on me and everybody calm down.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very nice of you, sir. Very nice indeed. Their friends basically just ushered them back into their fold, and at that moment the door opened, and a huge fat man in gaudy clothes, he looks like a fat peacock with extravagant mustache, walks in. The Egil, you can hear Egil saying, "It's the Bargomaster."
The who?
Bargomaster. He's our mayor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll put my crossbow away.
You've managed to to put the crossbow away before he saw that you were just aiming it basically in his direction.
Egg, you get a drink for him too.
Yeah, sure. Are you going to pay for that? Just kidding.
Yeah,
Just kidding. For what you boys did, you have a free drinks tonight and free lodging for, let's say, 2 nights, complete
I'll take
with
you
complete with free food for those two days. How
Nice.
about that?
Very much, Egu.
All right. Burgomaster enters. Interestingly, he's alone. He doesn't have any bodyguards. He also doesn't have any weapons. You see that this man is defenseless, and even if he had a weapon, he probably would not know how to use it since he's so fat. And he says, "Oh, goodness gracious, goodness gracious! I've heard that there was another brawl going around here." Egil at this moment walks from behind the counter with a stein of beer and basically hands it over to him, and you can hear that he tells him what just happened. He looks at him, he looks at you, he asks him a few questions. The people just look at both the Burgomaster and Egil with rather unpleasant looks, but they don't say anything else, fortunately. And with a stein in his hand, the Burgomaster walks over to you and says, "Hello, my Neden. I am the Burgomaster of this town."
I gotta shake his hand.
He shakes your hand. He shakes it so hard that you can see that basically his chins flop, plop, 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 plop. Like I said, he's really fat. He shakes each one of you, of course. Each one of you of your hands, and says, "I'm the Burgomaster of this town, and I've just heard what happened. I'm in your gratitude for defusing this situation. Perhaps you would like to work for me."
I think
What kind of
that's
work?
Very well. Well, I would like you to become the Schlichters for this town.
So what? Sorry.
for those of us who don't speak German. What's that mean?
I don't know if that's a real German word or if that's something made up. Basically, you know what it means. Each one of you. Except Sally. Sorry, you don't know since you were raised in Thalia practically. But you can ask the rest, and they will probably tell you. Basically, a Schlichter is someone who is a person from outside the community who works as a sort of a mediator and trouble dealer. Let's just say.
Like a peacemaker out west, like before the law was out there.
Yeah, but look out. It's not about being a sheriff. It's about being a mediator. It's about not using your fists, but using your, mind, fellowship.
So like a judge in disputes or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
He, since Burgomaster tells you that basically, well, since you're the outsiders, and our town is currently divided, you are the only ones who can go around and basically defuse situations and solve cases. No one, the town folk won't allow anyone else to do that because they will say that they are either from one side of the barricade or the other, but you're outside the town. So you should be free to do what you need to do.
And we would have your authority on this.
Well, yes, but as you know, or maybe you don't, Schlichter has no real rights to, do anything. I mean, I don't want you to be some thugs who just strong-arm everyone. I want you to be the arm of the law, so to speak, and to settle basically settle any disputes between people.
What if they don't want them settled?
Well, I want you to make it so that the Nordfels will once again be a whole city. I don't want any more divisions here. I want the people to be one people, like Sigmar intended 2,500 years ago. You know how he united the Empire. I want you to unite Nordfels.
So basically, you want us to pull some strings, but nobody gets hurt in the process.
Yes, I will pay you 2 silver per day for working as Schlichter. And in addition, I will also give you 1 gold crown for every matter you manage to settle in an orderly and peaceful fashion, and if that should fail, 1 gold crown for every matter that is brought before the Marktgericht. You also know, the Marktgericht is how legal matters are handled in small towns like Nordfels. Basically, the name derives from the market square, a place where everyone can gather and observe the trial.
So is that 1 gold per person per dispute?
Yes, 1 gold per person.
But
And
2 silver per day per person.
yes, I think that's a very good price. What say you?
How about a reward for a maximum amount of disputes settled? Just to give us something to work towards.
Well, I mean, if you'll be able to... Tell you what, if you'll be able to unite Nordfels once again, I will pay each of you additional 5 crowns.
And how do we gauge that?
Well, I
That's
want...
kind of vague wording there. I just need to...
I just want my people to be whole again, I don't want any divisions. I want people in this inn to sit together, not in 3 groups.
Okay, so how about this? If we could have a meal here without any disputes, without any arguments, then we'll get that 5 gold.
Well, no, I don't think it will be that easy, Master Hoffman. I want the divisions gone. I want them completely gone. Egil here will provide you with details. And if you will be able to remove the divisions, then you will get your 5 gold.
You sound like a man of your word.
I am a man of my word.
I'll bet. I'm not sure about my companions here. Sounds good to me, though.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, splendid, just splendid. In this case, I am hereby granting this man the positions of Schlichter. He raises his voice. Everyone in the inn just looks at you, and you can immediately see that their looks turn from fright and lack of trust to looks of respect, because Schlichters are very respectable men in the Empire. I want everyone here to help this man in any way they wish, and I want anyone here to pass my words onto their friends and their families. These men are Schlichters. They are Schlichters of Nordfels. I don't want any harm done to this man. No one says anything, but people are nodding their heads. They're murmuring something under their noses. Basically, you guess that the message was well received. Fine.
Where should we start?
Well, Egil will tell you everything. I need to go back to my other duties, basically. But I thank you for your help and your willingness to help. I hope that
Thank you
you...
for the hospitality.
Oh, no, that's nothing big. I hope that you solve all our problems in no time. Remember, no divisions. And with that, he turns away and walks out of the inn.
So we're Schlichters now.
He sounds rude, Schlichter.
Yeah.
I'll ask I'll ask. God, sorry, I can't remember the dwarf's name.
Egil.
Egil. I'll say. So, can you fill us in then?
Yes, I can fill you in. You might want to sit, it will take a while. Sorry guys, it's info dump time. But I think I should give it all to you in one go, so you know everything you need to know about this town. I don't know who's making notes today.
Oh. I don't mind making notes if somebody else isn't already.
Okay.
No, I hadn't started it.
I'd forgotten.
So Ashley, you'll be making notes today.
Is that on us? You create a new journal, don't you?
Yeah, you create a new journal with a date.
Sorry, how do you?
I can add this for you. Wait. And I'll make it so that you'll be able to edit it. We have today is the 2nd. Okay. 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 Oh, okay, I've created it. You should see it in our handout section.
Okay, thank you.
It's on the top.
Yeah.
It's at the top, sorry.
What's the town called again?
What?
What's the town called again?
Nordfels.
Nordfels.
Nordfels. N-O-R-D.
Right, okay.
You don't really know why, it's not even situated on the north of the province. Okay, are you ready? Can I start talking? Right.
Yeah.
Try to memorize this and tell me if I will, speak too fast or too quiet. Anyway, Egil pours each of you a drink, a refill for of beer. Leans on his elbows and says, "These days, Kaufmann and Ostlander control the entire town. But it wasn't always like this. A few years back, Ostlander used to be the most influential person here. His connections to Altdorf, Nuln, and the Sigmarite church made him the man to go to if there was anything you needed. He'd always get it for a price, and usually it wasn't money he was after. With the storm of chaos, this all changed. His connections dried up for some reason, and when the Greenskins attacked and killed the herds and destroyed the fields, we had to face some pretty hard times. We lost a lot of children and elderly that winter. Then the Kaufmann suddenly showed up with goods and food. Nobody knows how he did it, but he somehow managed to put us back on some trade routes and got us through the hard times. He also got himself filthy rich that way. If not in gold, then at least in favors and debts. Ever since then, Kaufmann and Ostlander have been competing, rivals for control over this town, trying to drive each other out. They don't get their own hands dirty, of course, they have their loyals. The people in Nordfels never liked this plotting and scheming going between those two. But what can you do? Anyway, when Carol suddenly turned up dead, people got angry. Like the ones you saw sitting at the bar. People who are fed up with being some rich man's puppets and pawns. Things just got worse from there. I think if they don't find a scapegoat sometime soon, well, I got a quick getaway ready for me, and you should too. He also advises you to avoid being seen with either Kaufmann or Ostlander directly, as that would only mark them as highly suspicious to everybody. And he also tells you that he has little doubt that they will both try to send one of their men to nudge them to do their bidding. I mean, nudge you to do their bidding.
What do you think that was the relationship between this Kaufman and Carl?
Kaufman and Carl?
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, Carl was just an ordinary citizen.
Nobody would have anything to gain in him being killed?
No, sir. I mean, Carl wasn't, he wasn't important, he wasn't rich. He was just a Halfling, well, cook.
Was he acting unusual? in the
No,
days before?
no. He frequented my establishment quite often, but he never, he never got drunk, and he never started a riot or something. He was one of the friendliest people I knew in this town.
The night he was killed, he left here, right?
Well, no, not exactly. Actually, he was found. Well, not far from here, but nothing in this town is far from here, really. No, that night he wasn't in the Black Boar at all.
Was that unusual?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't a common sight here. I guess he came from time to time to eat something or to drink a beer or two, but he wasn't a regular patron.
Why all of the suspicion about Kathman?
Well, people just say things, I guess. I mean, no one really knows from where he gets his goods and food. He probably has some shady dealings, maybe with some smugglers, I don't know. But given that the war just passed through the Empire, and even I have to say that even our town was touched by it. We had a minor greenskin attack that left a few buildings destroyed, and many of our fields and burned and cattle killed. It's a miracle that he manages to bring anything to Nordfels, really. I guess maybe you should tomorrow talk with people in town, on the Marktplatz. The Marktplatz is basically the center of our town. Every single shop is out there, as well as many stalls that sell everything from Lucky Ronald charms to rat on a stick if you're really hungry and don't have enough coin. I don't know if you folk are religious, but in that case we have a single temple devoted to Sigmar and one smaller temple devoted to Raya. Just bear in mind that not all the buildings are inhabited, but that doesn't mean that anyone can just go there and rummage through the stuff. I mean, it's still someone's property.
Did Carl have any family here?
No, he did not. He was an outsider, basically, but he was well liked.
Any neighbors we can talk to?
I don't know, really. I mean, I didn't know the halfling that good. Like I said, you should probably talk to people in town.
Okay.
Where was he found dead?
On the Marktplatz.
Okay. I apologize if you had said that already.
No, I actually didn't. Or maybe I did, but I don't remember. Anyway, he was, like I said, he was found there bitten to death.
Bitten to death.
Do you know who discovered him?
Well, he was discovered at dawn by street vendors and owners and shop owners.
Okay.
Do you know of any wild dogs or rabid dogs in the town?
Well, there are rumors about greenskins in the forest, around. But no, we don't have a rabid dog problem, or even a huge rat problem, fortunately.
Just to settle my curiosity, that this town does pretty well with trade, right?
Well, not so well as before the Storm of Chaos, but yes, quite well.
With Kathman's help.
Yes. I mean, it's mainly Kaufman that does the trading, really. Most people just, they just can't afford to trade with outside sources.
Does he have like wagon drivers we could talk to or anything? People that actually do the transporting of the goods.
I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know that many things. I've just gotten you the basic details, but you probably have to ask around, for more. I'm trying to be as far away from this power place as possible because I don't want, to get involved. Like I said, it would probably mean the end of my tavern if anyone would think that I'm either with Kaufman or Ostlander.
Yeah, I think we can get started in the morning when, like just before dawn, everybody starts setting up their stalls, their market stalls.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. You can take the room on the first floor, the last room on the right. It's the best room I have currently, and it's yours for that thing that you've done now. For the diffusing of the situation. I'm really grateful, but please bear in mind that we really don't want any bloodshed in here. I mean, this is a peaceful town, and
Understood.
we've had a greenskin invasion not long ago. People died, and and they are very nervous. It could end in a riot. It still can end in a riot if you don't defuse that situation.
Okay.
And with that, he gives you each one of you. He gives you a key to the room. Tells you that he'll be probably getting before you in the morning, so that you'll be able to eat breakfast when you get up. And bids you farewell. So, are you guys going to sleep, or do something else?
I'll take first watch, but I want to stay up and drink because I'm feeling pretty miserable.
Yeah, I'm all about sleeping in an actual room with a bed. So.
Yeah, I think I'd like to sleep.
Janella also wants to sleep.
So I guess I'll go 3 hours or something. Someone want to take over?
You actually don't really don't even roll for intelligence. You actually don't really think that it will be necessary to take watch in this place.
Well, I kind of want to like just drink alone for a little bit. You know what I mean?
All right. So basically, you're left alone. The rest of the guys go to your room. You have a common room. There are enough beds for all of you. Basically, Black Boar is a pretty big tavern. True to Egil's word, this room is very well furnished. The beds are very comfortable. You have a window with real glass in it, not membranes. So you basically just you guys go to sleep, while Sally stays for a couple more drinks. Okay, Sally?
Yeah.
You drink?
Yep.
And
Drowning my sorrow.
so you're basically just drinking. Let me tell you this: you want to get drunk, or you just grab a few more drinks?
Pretty drunk, but not enough to totally ruin the next day. You know what I mean?
Roll for willpower.
Okay.
Oh,
I got wasted.
yeah. Basically, you've got hammered.
So at some point, I stumble up to the room and just pass out on the floor, I guess.
Well, you've managed to actually, walk, crawl to your bed without vomiting all over yourself. Fortunately, and you've gone to sleep. You all wake up in the morning. It's pretty early. You all feel well, except Sally, who has a huge hangover. You can hear the rooster from outside the window, and you can also hear the sounds of town coming to life. The weather is very nice. It's warm. It's sunny. There's not a single cloud in the sky. You all come down. Also, Egil provided you with some water and soap, so you can actually bathe if you want to.
Woohoo!
Of course, free of charge. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a good idea to wave your crossbow around. So, except for your clothes, which are of course still have dirt from the road on them, you are clean. You smell nice for a change. You go down. Egil, he waves you over to the counter. He gives you all some eggs and bacon, and a huge glass of sour milk.
Can I ask who provides them with his goods, like who his supplier is?
Well, it's not Kaufman if that's what you're asking. We have
I'd like to know how trade works in this town.
We have a few farmers here, people who breed their own livestock, who grow their own crops, and sometimes people from other towns like Hermsdorf come here to trade with us. But well, it's not very often. You see, Nordfels is a bit off the main road. From any main road actually, so we don't get as much visitors as we used to, and certainly not after the Storm of Chaos.
Okay.
You ate your food. You drank your sour milk. It's God sent especially to you, Sally. You can feel your headache abiding. And it's time to ask people some questions, but first I'm going to need to grab a drink myself. So if you excuse me, if any one of you wants to go to bathroom or something, it's probably a good time to do it now. I'll be back in a second.
Me too.
Alright.
Okay, I'm back already. Anybody else here?
I'm back, guys.
Yeah, I think it's just us right now.
Okay. So what do you think, out of character?
I don't know. It's not a whole lot of information at this point. I'm sure somebody's in league with some cult or something. Usually the way these things work.
I think we need to find whoever found Carl's body, which is
Yeah.
probably one of the vendors we're going to talk to, and
Yeah.
see if they're paying protection money or something, or they're paying something. You know what I mean? It sounds like the whole economy in this town is kind of skewed
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think if we can solve whoever killed him, that'll probably solve most of the problems.
I feel like most of the goods coming into this town are probably stolen or something. There's something fishy about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a huge leap in logic, but I don't know, something's fishy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here.
I think
So-
we're just
Okay.
waiting on Ashley now.
Ah, okay, we'll wait for us. Okay, no worries. Then.
I don't think Carl getting killed was random either.
Just FYI, it's not Carl, it's Karel.
Carl?
Karel, yeah, it's Karel.
Okay.
So, how's living in Poland?
Well, it's a bit tough with the current government, but otherwise, it's a very nice place to live. You know, I mean, probably you can say it about any place, I guess. Well, maybe except the ones that are, I don't know, engulfed by war.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're practically a Western country right now, you know. Thanks to the European Union.
Although I can't believe how the euro has fallen.
Yeah.
I went over to Ireland when it was at the high point. It was like €1 was $1.68, and I just ordered some stuff from Tabletop World Terrain at $1.08 a euro. I'm kind of shocked at how much that's
Well,
fallen. But
yeah, unfortunately, euro is not as strong now as it used to be. But you know, the best thing is that we don't even have euros in Poland.
no, you don't.
No, which probably is a good thing because our our economy is not really ready to handle it, not yet. And besides, I have sinking suspicions that we'll be kicked out of the of the European Union before we'll be able to adopt it.
Like, why do you say that?
Because our current government is practically a fascist, you know, a bunch of fascist fucks who just who want to change everything, who are breaking the law. You know, our president is breaking the law because he's a pupil of the, actually a protege, you can say, of the current political leader in Poland, and he just does whatever the hell he wants to do.
Yeah, I think the Eastern Europe is, and I mean we're seeing it in Russia too. We're going to have some problems with the children of the Soviets still harboring lots of those. I don't know if beliefs is the right word, but
unfortunately, I think that you may be right. I mean, you know, we on one hand we severed our ties to Russia, you know, but really what the current government is doing I mean they want to install a dictatorship, actually, you know, a dictatorship in all but name.
yeah, well, that sucks.
Yeah, well, yes, but well, what can you do? I mean, I could probably move to other country, but I don't really want to. I mean,
Family there.
it's my home here. I have family. I have friends.
Well, and moving countries isn't exactly a easy task. You don't just, oh, I'm in another country now. You got to get visas and.
No, not when you want to go to other countries.
Well, that's true. That's
in
true.
Europe.
In Europe, you got freedom of movement. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
You
have.
still got to get a job there. Even if you don't have to get the visa, you got to get the job. So.
Well, I have actually, a lot of contacts in Germany and in Great Britain. But honestly, I just don't want to. I mean, there's really no point, and I think it would be a bit, cowardly to do that. The best thing is that I don't know how long I will have my current job because I'm working in national television, and national television has just been hijacked by those assholes, and they will probably replace almost everyone there with their own men. They've done it already once, 10 years ago, I believe, or something like that. But we shall see. I'm still quite optimistic. At least don't worry, the games will go on as long as you want them to go on, of course. Alright, Ashley, are you here?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, sorry. I thought that we were still waiting for you. Alright, so let's go back to the game. You've just finished your meal, and you're ready to go. What's your next course of action?
I think we're going to go to the market plaza and
Marktplatz.
Yeah. I'm my I can barely speak English, much less German and mock German. But yeah, we're gonna go there and start to investigate. I think, try to see where he was killed and talk to some people.
All right. You go out, and what Egil told you is basically true. You've passed a main temple devoted to Sigmar on your way to the plaza, to the Marktplatz, as well as really not a temple, but just a small shrine to Raya. You can as soon as you've come to the Marktplatz, you can see that it is a center of the town. Everything is based around this place. There are lots of people here. There are lots of street vendors and shops. Buildings around the plaza, some of them are in mint condition, and some of them are clearly destroyed. Shown signs of fire, and some are wrecked. You can see that some of these buildings are being repaired even now by their owners, and others have clearly been abandoned. You see that probably the Burgomaster's house and office is also located near the Marktplatz. You can tell that by the huge, crest presenting the Empire's cross and griffin, made from, well, you think it's bronze, but it may be gold even. And the building itself is very nice and very sturdy, clearly better than the rest. Many people you see on the plaza, you recognize them from last night, and they also recognize you. Interestingly enough, the crowd on the Marktplatz is lively, but the separation between the three factions is still visible. Certain people explicitly avoid each other or just observe each other from the corner of their eyes. Nonetheless, when you make your way through the crowd, you are greeted politely and respectfully by members of all factions. Women smile at you, some men greet you by name, by your names, because they've heard what your names are. You clearly have a position of authority and respect in this town. Although you see that practically everyone here they are very simple people. They are very simple folk. You can hear them talking about stuff like weather, distant relatives, news from the Empire, stories about the war, and so on.
Can we find out where Carol was murdered?
Okay. Roll for your fellowship. You have a plus 10% modifier.
Okay.
All of us or just Brian?
Well, I don't know if the rest of you also want to ask.
Plus 10.
Yeah.
I'll check it, but I imagine I made it.
I'll ask.
Okay.
I have a fellowship of 35.
So you've passed. Because I mean, plus 10 is a 10% bonus modifier, not a 10% penalty. Just when I'm saying, because you know, I was running Warhammer for my friends in Poland, and I don't know if it's the same in English manual, but in Polish manual, basically a plus 10% is a good thing, a minus 10% is a bad thing. So I'm like, you know, using this this in my games with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, my headset fell off. You can look at it either way, because if it's plus 10%, it's, you know, essentially to the stat.
Yeah.
Versus if it's minus 10%, it's, you know, to the roll.
Yeah, and I mean it's always you know, for the roll. It's always modifier for the roll, really. Well, which essentially also means it's for your stat, but but you know my meaning. Okay, Ashley, you've rolled. Unfortunately, you know, you've just met people who didn't really knew anything about Carol. Brian, you've passed, and Andrew is not rolling, as I see.
Yeah, it didn't seem necessary, so.
Okay. You know, Gennaro is not really rolling. I mean, he's sticking close to Sally, watching people suspiciously, because, well, he's your bodyguard. Basically, you're asking about the car, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you've stopped, you know, you've stopped some farmer, a simple looking man. He bows to you and calls you the most revered Schlichters. Like I said, you really have a lot of authority among those people. Yes, Herr Schlichter, how can I be of assistance to you, my lord?
Yeah, I was wondering about this this halfling that wound up murdered. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, my Nathan. You mean Carol?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you might want to talk to Gerhard, Joseph, and Franz about this incident.
Gerhard, Joseph, and Franz.
Yes, my Nathan. They are the frequent patrons of the Black Boar. They are usually just you know, sitting there drinking and playing cards.
Do you know who found Caro?
No, sir. I mean, you know, people found him when they've begun their day here on the Marktplatz.
Did he have any problems with anybody? Did he owe anybody money?
No, sir. Not that I know of. No, sir.
Okay.
No. I mean, I didn't knew the halfling that well, but I know that he was liked, and you know, and there were no ill feelings towards him from this town's inhabitants.
Has he pointed out the location of the where the halfling was found?
Oh yes, I can show you. It was over there, about 20 meters from here, and you know, he just points in a random direction, really. He was found somewhere near the middle of the plaza.
Is it is it muddy ground or kind of?
No, it's a cobalt. It's a cobalt,
Oh.
you know, Platz. Yeah.
I was just thinking whether I would be able to see any animal tracks. But
No. Actually, the whole Nordfels has cobbled streets.
Okay.
Probably it was, you know, they were placed here before the Storm of Chaos, because nowadays you doubt that the town would have money to you know, to spend on such luxury.
I'll go
Definitely built. They look like
investigate.
they were firebombed.
Sorry, Ashley, come again?
I'll go and investigate the site of where his body was found. Anyway.
Well, you probably won't find anything because you know it's a place full of people. But you can, of course, you can try. All right, Brian, you wanted to do something?
Yeah. Half of these buildings look like they've been firebombed. What's going on with that?
Well, sir, the Greenskins attacked us not long ago, and they were fortunately driven off, but not before they did major damage to the town and our surrounding fields, unfortunately.
So this isn't from like a riot or something. This is from Greenskins.
No, sir, it's from Greenskins. Yes, I've heard he drops his voice to a whisper that the Greenskins have a camp in the forest. And I've also heard that there are wild animals that attack unsuspecting travelers at night there. And I've also heard that there are chaos beasts and the restless dead there, and they search for prey they can torture and damn for all eternity. And he looks at you with wild eyes.
This Greenskin camp, is it along the road north of here?
I don't know, sir, where it is. I just heard that it's somewhere in the forest.
What are your impressions of the local economy, the goods coming and going from here?
You mean Hein Kaufman and his trade?
Yeah. What are your impressions?
Well, sir, I've heard. Mind you, I've heard. I don't know this. I've just heard it. That his business contacts include some very suspicious characters, outlaws, and I've heard that he also contacts free roaming sorcerers, and even Heinz Gerber of Steerland.
Who
And-
brings his goods into town?
And I've heard, now he whispers so low that that both of you and Lucas, because Ashley, you went to check the trucks, so you're not there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You really need to bow down to hear him. Basically, you and Lucas, you can barely hear him, and he as he says that the reason why he can get steady supply of goods is because he has made a pact with chaos demons.
Who brings his goods into town?
I don't really know, sir.
Yeah,
I guess
suppose I'll ask some vendors.
I guess it's a good idea to. I mean, I wouldn't know, sir. Really, I'm a simple man. I think I should go now. I still have a few things to do. Excuse me.
Thank you.
And he basically,
you.
yeah, he bows to you because he, Schlichters and all, and he just walks away.
Can I tell him to get a drink at the Black Boar on my tab?
No, he's gone too fast.
Okay.
You guess that he probably was thinking that he told you too much.
Okay.
Ashley, meanwhile, you go over to the spot where which the peasants show you. You can see that probably since the time that Carol was killed here, about 100 people walked over this spot. There is no trace, basically. There are no blood stains. There is nothing. You don't even need to roll because you know that you won't find anything, basically. Even if it was muddy ground, you still would not be able to find anything because it would be trampled by people's feet.
Okay. I'll come and rejoin the rest of the party.
All right. You do that.
I'll ask them what they've learned.
Basically, there's all kinds of rumors that the people involved, packs with chaos and bandits and orc camps and whatnot. The only thing of real use I think we learned is that there was an orc attack recently. That's what caused all the damage.
Yeah, that's the concrete thing. They seem to think Kaufman's up to something, though. I think we need to take a look at some of these vendors' expenses if we have the authority to do so. You know, like let them know we're not looking for money they're squirreling away. We don't care about that. We're looking for just patterns.
All right. So, what kind of vendors are you talking to? And are you going to shops or to stalls?
I guess an armorer, like they're going to be dealing with a lot of money. A blacksmith,
All right.
maybe a pharmacist or something.
Are you also asking general questions about?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Each one of you, or just one of you?
Do you guys want to split up?
Yeah, I
To
think
get a
it's
list
splitting
of
up.
Yeah.
vendors?
Sure.
All right. So
I
please roll. Each one of you roll for fellowship with a tasty bonus. All right, Andrew, you did good.
Yeah.
You also did good. And we are waiting for Ashley. Ashley also did good. All right. You've all passed your tests.
I guess I'll go to the pharmacist or the what is it called? Herbalist or whatever.
All right. And the rest of you guys?
I think I'm just gonna go to some of the stalls and just start talking and asking general questions about what happened and more background on the two gentlemen feuding whose names I can't remember right now.
Kaufman,
just see if-
Kaufman and Ostlander.
Right, just see if I can't find out anything new compared to what we heard from the first gentleman.
All right. And you, Ashley?
I'm gonna visit the Temple of Sigmar.
The Temple of Sigmar. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
I'm gonna pray, but also see if there's any priests around.
Right. All right. Let's start. Let's start with you then. You go to the Temple of Sigmar, situated not far from the Marktplatz. There's the temple is a sturdy building, built in typical Empire and Sigmarite fashion, which basically it can also double for a stronghold if needs be. There's a simple altar with a simple hammer inside, and there's a single young priest in red robes with a twin-tailed comet necklace hang around his neck. You're the only one in the temple currently. As you enter, you can the young priest comes to you. Blessings of Sigmar be with you, friend. He says.
Blessings of Sigmar to you too. May I pray here?
Of course, the temple is open to anyone who wishes to pray to benevolent Sigmar.
Okay, I'll go and I'll pray for a few minutes.
Right. You pray to the man god for a few minutes. Well, given that you've survived your fight with Moritz. Oh, by the way, you know that you're pretty hurt right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if the guys told you that, but on the last
that out.
session, you had a fight with some men who wanted to kidnap Bianca, and you've killed them, but you and Lucas sustained minor wounds. Well, actually, in your case, the wounds were more serious, but nothing too serious. You personally killed one of them by stabbing him in the brain with your dagger.
nice.
After you've lost your club.
I've lost my club.
No, I mean later you've picked it up, but I mean
Okay.
during the fight, you've lost your club. Yeah, but basically you got wounded by the assailants. So now you're giving thanks to Sigmar for battle won, for child saved, and for your life spared.
Yeah.
So after the prayer, I presume you want to talk to the priest.
Yeah, I'll say, I don't know if you know, but myself and my friends, we've been appointed, is it Schlichters? I can't say it.
Schlichters. Oh yes, I've heard about that. Yes, my My gratitude to you, friend, then. The Schlichter is the most revered position in this town.
Thank you. I thought of all places coming to this temple, I would probably hear some truth. There seems to be some strange tales of some involvements with the more important parties in this town.
What would you like to know? I mean, I'm not a gossip person myself, you see. I basically tend to the temple. I leave gossip to people in the taverns and, around the shops.
I only want to hear the truth. Whether you know of the circumstances behind Carl's death, or of anything that could be of use to me.
Oh, poor Carl. I mean, he wasn't a Sigmarite, as most of his folk are not, in fact. But I liked him. He was a good halfling. But no, unfortunately I don't know anything about his death other than that it was barbaric and monstrous, and he was apparently killed on the marketplace, and from what I've heard, he was beaten to death. A tragedy. May Sigmar have mercy on his soul.
Do you know Kaufman and Oslander at all?
Oh, he makes a grimace. Yes, I know this man. They are a cancer on this town, if you ask me. Politicking, backstabbing, putting people against each other. They are sinners in the eyes of Sigmar. Wasn't his commandment that unity is above anything else in the Empire? That only united can we stand against the darkness from the north and against the enemy within.
Yes, it was.
And these people, they play their games. They divide instead of uniting. These people in these troubled times. I don't have any relationships with any of them.
So that they don't worship here, then?
No, not a single one of them. I mean, Ostlander presents himself as a staunch Sigmarite with connections to the Grand Cathedral in Altdorf, but he never once went to this humble church.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not.
Take more seriously.
People like him are not welcome here. Nor are people like Hein Kaufmann.
Is that Kaufman? Sorry.
Yes, Kaufmann. Kaufmann.
Yeah. Okay.
And his name is Hein. Hein.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, priest.
Anytime, brother.
May Sigmar always have his blessings upon you.
And upon you. Go with the grace of the comet.
Thank you. So I'll leave and return to the rest of the party to see if they've learned anything.
Alright. So now, Andrew, your turn.
Yes.
You just ask people about stuff.
Yeah, just trying to get a lay of the land because, trying to pick up things that might seem tangential. Yeah, that we might not necessarily think to ask, but just that might prove useful as additional pieces of information put together with other things that we might find.
Okay. So you've asked a bit. You've basically learned about the forest again. Greenskins, wild animals, chaos beasts. You've also learned a bit about Ostlander near one of the stalls that was selling meat, ostensibly from him. Apparently he was first to place guards in front of his house because he has a very dark secret. His home is haunted, as you can tell by the strange sounds that can be heard some nights. Also, there are always people delivering things like food, drink and the like to him, but he lives alone. He prefers the company of men and is afraid of women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically that's all you get.
Okay.
Oh, and also, sorry, you also know that both Kaufman and Ostlander don't live near. I mean, their homes are one to the west, one to the east, not far from Marktplatz.
Okay.
They are, they are a bit off from the center of the town.
Okay.
And basically that's. I think that's it. Wait a second. Yeah, the Kaufmann is on the east, and the Ostlander is on the west side of the town, respectively.
Okay.
Brian.
Yeah.
You went to the pharmacist.
Yeah.
Apparently, this man is not supplied by Kaufmann, but of course he also knows some rumors. You've once again heard about his contacts with free roaming sorcerers and Heinz Gerber of Stirland, and you don't know who that is, and apparently neither does the speaker. But he must be someone important. Because it's the second time that someone told you about Heinz Gerber from Stirland. And you also heard that basically you were told that the competition between Kaufmann and Ostlander will soon move to open fighting in the streets. Ostlander will call in the witch hunters from Altdorf to take control of Nordfels, and Kaufmann is planning to slowly poison Ostlander's men with bad goods, and eventually only his loyals will be able to live in Nordfels.
That's Kaufman that's supplying the bad goods, you'd believe.
Well, I mean, no, sir. He's supplying the goods, but he plans to poison Ostlander with bad goods.
Okay.
He will probably poison him with some drink and food, or maybe he'll, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Who brings these goods into town? Is there anybody that works for either one of these men that we could talk to?
Well, sir. Well, yes, but I don't really know. I mean, Kaufmann's goods, if I recall, are well, they are driven here, on a cart, and then distributed to the shops and stalls. But I
Do you
don't.
know what day that they usually come on?
Well, actually, I think they will be. Oh, I think another transport should be tomorrow. I think. Because you see, my friend is working in a meat shop not far from here, and he regularly buys from Kaufmann, and so he told me at which day the goods will arrive.
Okay, is that tomorrow morning or afternoon?
I don't really know. I think it should be tomorrow afternoon. He usually comes, I think. On the at early evening, late afternoon, something like that.
Okay.
And basically that's all you get from him.
I want to ask him about a drug I used to get in Tilia if it's openly sold here in the Empire, and I realize this is kind of taboo, and for his discretion if I shouldn't be talking about this.
What kind of drugs, sir?
It was a mushroom that a mystic and Lucchini would give me. That he told me to crush it up and put it in tea.
Tea? What's it? What's tea?
It's you boil water with some sort of ingredient, and it would make a beverage, and you would consume the beverage.
Oh, so it's just a herbal beverage. Why didn't you say so?
Yeah,
from the beginning.
It's from a particular mushroom, though. I describe a madman's cap, but I don't say what it is.
Wait, I'm going to roll for this guy. I don't really know what you're talking about, sir.
Okay, I appreciate your help.
always glad to help one of the Schlichters.
I guess I go out and look for the rest of the party members.
All right. Basically, you meet in the middle of the Marktplatz. Each one of you. Gossiping took you less than an hour. It's still very early. The sun is shining. It's warm. What's your next course of action?
I think that tonight we might want to watch, and I've already forgotten the name again of the house, the guy that has the deliveries. That it's afraid of women.
Ostlander. But
yeah, Ostlander.
But he's not the one. Kaufman is the one who delivers goods, and his goods will arrive tomorrow. Ostlander is the one who is afraid of women, and who.
Okay, so which one has the deliveries at night?
No, it's not at night. It's early evening, late afternoon. It's Kaufman.
Yeah. I think we might want to stake his house out. Although he has guards, so we'll.
No. Ostlander has guards. Oh. Ostlander has guards. Apparently, there are strange sounds coming from his house, and he doesn't like women.
Okay, yeah, he's the guy I think we need to scope out.
Yeah.
Why don't we just walk in if we have the authority?
Because then they might know what we're up to. Might hide themselves.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're already doing that, though.
Not necessarily.
The entire town seems to know that we have this position now.
Yeah, but the big question is if you actually have the authority to walk into other people's homes and, rummage through their stuff.
And on top of that, we're not supposed to use force. So just walking in is an implicit use of force.
Well, no, I mean, if we talk all official about it, like we're serving a warrant or something, you know what I mean?
But I don't think we have that power.
Do the guards know that?
Well, you guess that since everyone knows about Schlichters and how important they are, they probably also know what they can and can't do. Remember, you're mediators. Being a mediator doesn't exactly mean that you can just barge into people's house and do and ransack them. Basically, it's more about talking and less about acting tough.
Okay. I guess we have to stake the house out then.
Also, remember about Caro. You know.
We gotta talk to the guys. Yeah.
You know who to talk to. Whom to talk to.
The Black Boar Inn. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go back and talk to
Gerhard.
Franz was one of them.
Gerhard, Joseph, and Franz.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk to them first, and then wander over and kind of set up a stakeout after that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you return to the Boar?
Yeah.
All right. You return to the Boar. Yes.
Can I still, a Gennaro just to walk around town and see if he sees any shady dealings.
Yeah, boss. I can do that. Yeah. Shady dealings. Yeah. I might crack some skulls. Yeah.
No cracking skulls, just observe and report.
For shame. Okay. He basically will just observe and he will report to you later. Probably when it will be time for lunch. Remember that you have what was 2 days of free food and lodging in the Black Boar.
We can meet him back here then.
Yeah. Okay, so you split up. I mean, Gennaro stays and basically just walks around looking for stuff, and you return to the Black Boar. You enter the tavern. You can see Egil serving, mainly food at this hour to hungry foresters and farmers. Not many people drink because it's too early, but you don't even have to roll for perception because you immediately see that although most people don't drink, there are 3 guys sitting in the back of the tavern playing cards who have between them about 7 empty beer mugs, and they are clearly, maybe not drunk, but they are getting there.
Is there room for one more? For my friends?
They look at you. Oh, you're Schlichters. Oh, of course, sir. Please sit. We would offer you something to drink, but unfortunately we don't have much money left.
What are we playing for?
Oh, just for entertainment, I guess.
Oh, no money?
No, not really. I mean, if we would have money, we would probably spend it on drinks. These guys stink of alcohol, and you can see from their skin and puffy cheeks, red eyes, that they are probably major alcoholics.
Okay, let's get another round of drinks over here then.
Oh, very good idea, sir. Thank you. Sigmar be with you. Basically, Egil, you've signaled Egil. He comes to their table, but you see that as he comes to the table, he has a sour look on his face as he looks at those three guys who avoid his stare. He distributes the steins between you, and he speaks to your ear, Brian, that your drinks are free, but for those three scoundrels you have to pay.
Put it on my tab. I'll settle out before I leave town.
Very well. And with that he leaves. These guys just, they grab their steins and they empty them. I mean, half empty them in just a few seconds. You are really amazed. In a big city, they would probably be living in a gutter, just beggars or something like that. In here, they can probably earn some money as a help in the field, or maybe collect some wood. But they are basically just trash.
What's Egg upset about? I asked him.
Oh, well, there was this one accident one day. I mean, one night we kind of started this brawl, and well, he threw us out of the Black Boar, but later, well, he allowed us to come back. It was it was some time ago.
Did he break anything?
Well, a few tables. I mean, just how it is. Brawls tend to go that way.
And you paid him back for those tables, right?
Well, yes, we had to. Otherwise, he wouldn't let us in. Yeah.
So he's still upset about that, but you've settled your debts.
Yes. Well, I mean, he told us that if we'd ever start anything like that, he would never let us in again. So we just try, we just try to behave, And I mean, we do behave, as you can clearly see. We haven't started anything for quite some time now.
Are you guys sitting at the table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Sorry, I wasn't there when they were mentioned in the marketplace. What is it that they meant to? What involvement do they have?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you gentlemen about the halfling, Mr. Carl.
Suddenly, you see that their faces, they just drop, and their eyes like begin to water. Their chins begin to shake. They are like, immediately these guys are just ready to cry. Actually,
Do they have any weapons on them?
no. No, actually, it's funny. Most of the people here don't have any weapons in this town. Aside from occasional dagger or knife.
And Carl was just beaten to death, like with hands.
Yes, Carl was beaten to. Apparently, he was beaten to death. Probably with fists.
Okay. You guys remember Carl, right?
Well, yes, but No, we don't want to talk about it. I'm sorry. We don't. We don't. And you know, each one of them says that they don't want to talk about it. They just fall silent and look down, you know, on the table.
But see, we're here to talk about that.
But we don't. I mean, we don't want to.
Eggy, can we get another round of drinks?
You know, as you've told about the drinks there, they've looked at you and you all can see in their eyes, you know, they basically they need to drink alcohol, and that their initial, you know, lack of willingness to speak, it just melts away. Egil brought another round of drinks. You know, he took all the empty steins, which were taking most of the table anyway. But this time you can see that these guys don't. I mean, they've begun to drink, but they don't gulp down the beer in just few seconds. They drink very slowly, looking down at their max. Well, I guess we can tell you, but we want to tell you in private. One of them says, Gerhard, you think? I mean, we don't want other people to hear of this. Can we do that? I mean,
Me and you?
what?
Me and you? In another room?
Well, yeah, maybe, or in the back of the tavern.
Okay, Lucas and Johan, do you want to stay here and enjoy a few drinks with our friends here?
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
good.
Okay,
I mean, but when they talk about it, they talk to all of you, not just not just
okay.
one. Yeah. So I mean, you can stay, but you can go. All of you can go there.
I think someone
Okay.
has to stay with the other two so they don't bolt.
No, I thought all three of them wanted to go talk with all
Yeah,
three of
yeah,
us.
exactly. All three of them.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know,
Okay.
all three
Okay.
want to talk to you in private about this, and they don't want to talk just one person. I mean, you are all Schlichters, so they want to talk to each one of you.
Okay, I give Eggy a look.
You see
Nice.
that he put his hand under the counter and moved something which looks suspiciously like an axe closer to him, and you know he just nods towards you.
Okay,
Uh,
where two gentlemen?
Well, we can go outside, I guess. To the back alley.
Back alley.
Yeah. But
Okay.
basically, you see that these guys would not pose any threat to you. I mean, they're drunks. They are not armed, and they're not even well built. Basically, you know,
Okay.
they're just, like I said, they're just dregs. So anyway, they grab their steins, and of course, you know, they don't leave them. And you all walk out of the tavern and walk towards the back alley. You know, where
Take
you
My
Where-
Stein with me.
you also take your stein with you.
Yeah.
All right. So you know, they just stand there, one next to the other. You know, they look really like, you know, really guilty, basically. There are a few seconds of awkward silence before they begin to speak. Basically, each one of them speaks, you know, at different times. So one time it's Gerhard who speaks, another time it's Joseph, and then it's Franz. All right. Well, you see, Carol's death was, I mean, it was nothing but unfortunate incident. I mean, accident.
How so?
Well, a few days ago, there had been news that a burglar was making the rounds in Nordfels while people were drinking, dancing, and drinking, singing and drinking at the Black Boar after a hard day's work. somebody would sneak into their houses and steal anything of value they could find. So one night, me and I mean the three of us, well, being upstanding citizens that we are, and of course devotees to Sigmar himself, we decided to do their part to make Nordfels safer. And so it was quite dark that night. The moons were hidden by the clouds, and we discovered a figure using a ladder and trying to get into the second story window of somebody else's house. So we attacked him. We attacked the burglar and dragged him to the Marktplatz. And when finally some light fell on the burglar's face, well, we've discovered to our shock and surprise that not only had the man died under, well, inexplicable circumstances, but he turned out to be no other than Carol, the halfling entertainer and cook. So we left to get help, but when we returned the following day, his body has already been found. And afterwards, it turned out that Carol was, and at that time they start to sob, was merely trying to see his secret lover Siglindi, who was working as a nanny in that house. And since the watchdog was quite rabid and quite blind, Carol decided to come in through the window. And so the three of us were afraid of coming forward with what really happened, as we knew that the people in Nordfels would not be very forgiving. I mean, are not in a very forgiving mood these days. Basically, these three guys just begin to shake now, sobbing, and they're almost hysterical. But there's something that's not exactly sticking. There's something that's not exactly right in this story for you. You could probably, push these guys a bit further for some details if you want. But basically, they've just admitted, to killing Carol.
Whose idea was this?
Well, all of us. I mean, each of us just finished its fifth beer, and so we've decided, to do some good for this community. It was not long after we were thrown out of the Black Boar, so we wanted to make amends to Egil and all the other citizens.
Well, I ask because whoever had the idea would take the maximum sentence for this.
But
so if you all take credit for it, then I guess you all will get the maximum sentence.
Yes, but I mean, I think
we're trying to turn them in on each other, basically.
Yeah, you see that they look at each other and they are basically thinking the same thing, but they really don't know who it was. They just say that, I think it was Gerhard. How dare you? I think it was you, Franz. No, it wasn't me. Maybe it was Joseph. No, screw you, Franz. It wasn't me. It was Gerhard. But sooner or later they just agreed that it was the whole three of them.
I think we should go talk to this Carl's lover and let her decide what to do with you.
Do you want to press them some more, or just?
I think they think we should take them, and they now told us they might escape. Or they might change their minds. I think we should probably put them somewhere. Somewhere where they can't. I don't know if the town has some kind of jail or something like that. Somewhere to hold them at least.
Oh, well, I also, Gerhard says, I also remember that actually the ladder Carol used was a small box, and the second story window was in fact on the ground floor. Yeah. And, Franz is saying, and I mean, the burglar was very small, and he constantly claimed that he was Carol, but we interpreted this as a shrewd trick by the burglar. And yes, we did beat him to death, but it was an accident because our punches and kicks would have merely incapacitated a grown man. And Joseph, just adds the last thing, and basically the reason why they left Carol's body there the whole night was because they had passed out a few blocks away from the Marktplatz from all the alcohol. And yeah, that's it.
I said we marched them into the marketplace and announced to everybody we found the killers of Carl and summon the lover and let her decide the...
As soon as you say this, they begin panicking and saying, "No, no, my Nellen, that's why we talk to you. You are Schlichters, and we talk to you about this to avoid being subject to a show trial on the marketplace because the people will kill us. I mean, that's what Schlichters do. You should decide whatever kind of amends we should do, but please don't throw us to the wolves."
Well, if we do it in private, then we're murderers.
But what are you? But it was an accident. I mean,
You still beat a man to death. Well, a halfling.
but we didn't want to do that, and it was
That's
dark.
smart.
You know, now you see that they are really panicking, but they are already too drunk to probably try to flee. And they're not even looking like they want to flee anyway, so, you know.
Could we speak to sorry, I can't remember his name, the landlord, and see if he's got a cellar?
Bulgomaster.
Wait, yeah. No, the landlord of
Oh, Egil.
Egil. We could tie them up and put them in the cellar for a while.
Well, you know, before we go public with this, maybe they could offer up information on the larger scheme of what's going on in this town.
Yeah.
For a lesser sentence, right, gentlemen?
Oh, of course, sir. We can certainly do that. Yes, sir. What do you want to know?
Want to know about Kaufman and Auslander?
Oslander, yes. Well, Stefan Oslander, he lives in a very spacious house in the western half of Nordfels, only a few blocks away from the Marktplatz, and his house, it shows little to no signs of taking any damage during the last attacks, and it's very tall. It has 2 stories as well as a tall roof, and you can miss it because there is a large flag of the Empire proudly resting on the roof. And you know, the second one quickly joins in and says that there are always 2 guards in front of Oslander's house, and I think there's a back door there which is not guarded, and I just know it because I was once returning from a field and just, you know, coming by the house, but there were strange noises from inside. I don't know, it sounded like some kind of an animal, maybe. I'm not really sure. But yeah, there are definitely guards. Yes. And you know, they are asking each other if there is anything they know about Oslander, but that's probably, you know, everything they know of. So you want to know also about Kaufman? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, but what do you really want to know?
How badly do you not want to hang?
Oh, all right. We'll tell you anything. I mean, there is almost no information about his associates. He seems to regularly leave Nordfels to meet with his business partners, and usually returns the same day with a wagon full of goods. But you know, there was an unfortunate accident in Kaufman's stockroom recently, so the next meeting will probably take place faster than usually. I think it will be today or next day. He always takes 2 of his men and leaves the city around, I think, around 3 p.m. Yeah, they leave the city and go in the direction of the forest, you know. And when he comes back, he always has a cart full of goods. It's an old wooden cart, and but you know, it's surprising that the cart is, I mean, hasn't fallen apart because it's so rotten, covered with moss. Yeah, but I think that's all we know. Yes, guys, that's all we know. Yeah, that's all we know. Yeah, they just, you know, agree with each other and speak nervously. And basically that's it.
I think at this point we should thank them for their information and go. I don't know. They're too drunk to really, I think, pose much of a flight risk. Too big alcoholics to pose much of a flight risk. So I think we can probably leave them be.
I don't know. I mean, I think, particularly as a bounty hunter, I don't think I would let someone who I know to have committed a crime just to wander around.
Good point.
I agree.
And they might sober up. So if we don't want to expose them to like the whole town just yet, I think we should at least stow them somewhere. Like I said, I think we could speak to the tavern keep and see if if we could tie them up, put them in the cellar or something, get them to sober out.
I think we should just march them over to the lover's place and see.
I don't think we need them to talk to her though.
Remember one thing, guys. The town is basically on the verge of rioting, mainly because of Carol's death. If you expose these guys, again, you don't need to test intelligence for that. It's very obvious. There will be riots, and there will be massive riots.
Yeah.
So
Quiet, whatever we do.
Maybe if we can find a cellar we can stash them in, then I like that idea. And just, I think we need to keep an eye on the guy that's going to go meet in the different stakeout. But follow the guy that's going to go to the forest and see what happens there, because I suspect that's going to give us some information we really need.
yeah, but from what we've heard, it will be tomorrow.
Yeah. I thought it was today or tomorrow. Okay. Well, yeah, I think we need to find a place to stash these guys and then figure out what the next course of action is.
Let's talk to Egu and see if he can guard them in a cellar or something. Like, let him in on the situation, let him know it's sensitive,
Yeah.
So you want to speak to Egu, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So you march. Probably you go with those three inside again. Egu sees that you're entering, and he walks towards you. Basically, these guys, they have their heads down. They look like broken men. What is it? What is it about, fellows? Everything's fine.
These Egil, these three men have some information which we do fear could create quite a disturbance if it's let out in the town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they are guilty of a crime. I was wondering if I could trust you, my friends, if we could keep them somewhere. Maybe do you have a cellar we could...
I have a cellar, but I would like to know something more. I mean, are these men dangerous? I've already thrown them once out of my inn.
They're not dangerous. I just fear that they might flee.
Alright. Very well. How long do you want me to put them? I mean, to keep them there? Because... Couple of nights. Well, that means food and drink. But, no matter. I'm still in debt to you.
We'll cover it.
Yeah.
We'll cover it. Yeah.
Well, alright. I have a small space in my cellar in which I can put them, but should they be tied or gagged or something?
I think both would be, I think both would be necessary, and if you wouldn't mind feeding them, we'll cover all your costs.
Very well. Very well. But I would like you to help me with tying them and gagging them.
Most definitely.
Of course.
I assume we're discussing the tying them up, not right next to the gentleman that we're about to tie up.
No, actually you do, but they don't give a shit.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, they've just confessed to killing poor Caro, and they are probably feeling guilty as hell. So they are they are defenseless. You could do practically anything with them, and they would not oppose you. So you bring them to the cellar, to a small room in the cellar. which is normally used to store some crates, you know, with grain probably or something like that. Ague brings some rope and you know, some cloth for gags. So tie them, gag them, close the door. Ague has the key, and he says that he will be feeding them, giving them food twice a day. But you won't have to worry. He won't, you know, starve them to death. But it's very clear that he also won't treat them like, you know, like his guests. So it will probably, given that he's dwarf, it will probably be just some stale bread, maybe some broth and some water. That's all. He also asks you what crime did they commit.
Do you really want to know?
Well, yes. If I wouldn't want to know, I wouldn't ask you. I'm a dwarf.
Okay,
We don't do small talk, halfling.
Okay, this has to stay between us.
What?
This has to stay between us because if
I'm
it
a
gets out of
dwarf. I don't do gossip.
here- I understand.
I leave that for
Okay.
girly elves. So,
We
are you
think they
going
murdered
to
Carl.
those
They admitted they did.
bastards? You know, he roars basically.
But-
I always knew that they were good for nothing, low down dregs, but this, they should hang for that.
And
Might
they
have been
will.
an accident.
They will, but we need more information out of them because something is afoot.
But you were saying that it was an accident?
Perhaps. We're not sure about that.
Huh.
They
We
said they
need to know
mistook
that.
him for a robber.
You know, funny thing, every time I hear it was an accident, I imagine this joke with an axe. You know, like some guy killing the other with an axe and saying it was an accident. Sorry, I had to tell this because it always makes me laugh. Anyway, Ague says, well, alright. In that case, they will have a single meal per day and some water.
Fair enough.
Since you're Schlichters, I trust that you know what you're doing, but I want to see this man convicted. Being drunk I can tolerate since I'm an innkeeper, and it would make me a hypocrite if I would not say that I don't tolerate drunks, but I don't tolerate murderers, and especially murderers of innocent men, or halflings.
Were there burglaries around this time that Carl got murdered?
Well, yes, there were, but you know, sometimes we get burglars, usually from out of town, who just then move on. I mean, it's nothing special, unusual around here. But
They may have mistaken Carl as a burglar.
oh, because he's a halfling, yeah, and all halflings are thieves. I mean, sorry, but you know that's a common misconception in the Empire.
Easy.
I mean, I'm not saying that I believe it, halfling. So
Man.
hold your horses. I don't think that you're a burglar because you have furry feet and you're small like me. I'm just saying that many people here in the Empire, especially in these parts in your Stirland, believe that. Usually men, because men are prone to prejudice.
That's a stereotype I have to fight every day.
I'm pretty sure you do. Very well, I'll keep this man ready for their trial. Just don't take too long. I don't want to have them here more than a few nights.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Schlichters. Go and do your job.
We will.
And with that you leave the tavern. Basically, you've got your first case. Probably a quite big one, actually. But you also know that you have to work very, very carefully because, you know, this could really mean the end of the town. I mean, town that small, if riots would start and with the damage already done by the greenskins, it could practically just destroy this town. You know, a lot. You know that a lot depends upon your actions. A lot of stuff. What's your next course of action then? You know that tomorrow Kaufman will travel to for his supplies. But it's still, you know, it's an entire day.
Can I run
Well,
the 3 men's pockets?
Well, okay. I mean, you've left the place, but all right, whatever.
Well,
So what-
I'm just thinking they need to pay the girl. You know what I mean?
oh, okay. You know what? Don't bother. I mean, it's clear they don't have any money.
Okay.
Should we talk to the girl? I mean,
I think so.
probably we shouldn't tell her that. I don't think we should let anybody know about these men killing Carl just yet until we know the full information.
Yeah, I also don't know that we should let her know that we know that she might have been in a relationship with him.
We
Right
can
away.
I don't know if that,
query.
I think that's our way in right there.
Well, I think that's the kind. I don't think that's something we bring up right away.
Okay, yeah.
Is she a
Can we go
half-
look for her?
Is she? Do we know she's a halfling or is she human?
Well, given her name, you can probably guess so.
That she's a halfling.
Sig-
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, assuming there's not many halflings in the town, we can assume they probably know each other.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's your call.
I think we should follow up on it.
So, what's your call, guys?
I say we go talk to her. We get what we can. If we need to bring up that we have that we know that they were together, we do so. If we don't, we don't. And then we figure out what to do after that.
Yeah, sure.
Is Gennaro expected back soon, or do we still have time?
You probably still have some time.
Okay. Let's go find her.
By the way, where will you be meeting Gennaro?
He's supposed to meet us back at the Black Boar Inn, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to find a girl. Her name was Segildi, I believe. Yeah, Sieglinde. Sorry. Sieglinde. You need
Sorry.
to know, but you don't know where she lives. You need to ask.
Can we ask Iggy?
You can just probably ask around town, you guess. You know, it's a small town. Everyone knows everybody. So, roll.
Yeah, I asked some vendors or something.
Okay. Oh, nice. Ashley, you're rolling or?
Yeah.
Okay. Since it was a really easy roll, each one of you made it. People in the marketplace point you to a small street not far from the marketplace. Like apparently every thing in this town, every place in this town. A small single-story building in which Zieglinde lives.
Is it half sized or is it like normal?
Yeah, there are normal doors. Yeah, there are normal doors. Nothing special. Made for men apparently. A halfling opens the door, but actually it's a male halfling with
Ooh.
with an impressive. No, it's not Zieglinde. Relax. I mean, with an impressive bird, and he says, "Yes, how can I help you?" You
I
don't
think
really
we should
know
keep
if
this
that's
in the
Zieglinde
house
or.
since he's a half.
Yeah.
Looking for a Siglinda.
Oh, you're looking for Zieglinde. Of course, she's here. She's here. Zieglinde! Schlichters for you! You know, apparently he also knows that you're Schlichters.
Is this your daughter or your
My niece, actually.
niece? Okay.
Yes. A small, plump, halfling girl. For your standards, Sally, she's pretty attractive, actually. Comes wiping her hands on her apron, you know, wiping them from the floor. You can smell the food being cooked in the house. It's a very nice smell, actually. It smells better than the black boar, and Agu is actually quite a fine cook for a dwarf, at least. And you know, she looks at her uncle. She looks at you. Yes. Sorry. Yes. What is it, uncle?
It smells good. What's cooking in there?
Oh, I'm cooking some garlic bread and an onion soup. Can I help you, Schlichters? Herr Schlichters? Sorry. She looks. You know, I mean, she apparently knows what happened to her lover, and you can see that although she's smiling, her eyes are sad. But
I was hoping we could have a word in private.
well, you know, as you're saying this, her uncle looks at you, Sally. You know, he looks at her. Clearly, he doesn't really, you know, want to leave you two alone. But then he looks at the two men and talk to the girl. Take the guests to the living room and bring them some of our pastries. I mean, our customs demand it. Of course, uncle. Please go this way. And she points you to the small living room in this house. And although the house is made by and for humans, the interior is clearly made for halflings. And of course, only Sally really knows that. But you two, Lucas and Johan, you can see that, you know, it's not as raw as most human houses in the Empire. It's much warmer and nicely furnished.
Mm.
So you sit on the small chairs. The girl disappears into the kitchen and comes back with some biscuits and a small bowl of sour cream. Please, eat something. What did you want to talk to me about?
So, how well did you know? I've already forgotten the gentleman's name. I apologize. I'm real bad with names.
Caro?
Yeah. How well did you know him?
You know, you can see that her eyes, you know, they get really sad at mentioning the deceased halfling. I mean, we were friends. But why? Why do you ask me?
Had you expected to see him the night he died?
What are you saying?
I'm just, you know, known associates and all that. I'm just trying. Oh, out of character. Brian's Skype crashed.
What?
I'm out of character. Brian's Skype crashed.
Crap. Wait.
So I don't know if we want to pause here for a moment or not.
Yeah, we will need to add him. Okay, I'm calling him right now. Actually, he's still on row 20.
Yeah, that's where I saw the message. His Skype crashed.
You're here?
Yeah, in fact, did you guys lose Skype too?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything. Ate a pastry and said thank you.
After pastries. Okay, after pastries, Andrew asked her about her relationship with Caro, and was she expecting him the night, you know, he died. Okay, and she says, no, I mean, why do you think that I would expect him?
Well, we have information that he might have been headed to see you the night that he died.
Information from whom? Who told you that?
It doesn't really matter. And we want to check up to see if he was really headed that way, because if he was, then that might rule him off the list of something else that he was accused of. So
How
we
dare
really
you
just,
say that Carol was accused of something? He was upstanding. He was an upstanding halfling.
well, and that's
My
what
friend
we're
doesn't
trying
mean
to
anything.
prove.
He
We're
misspoke.
trying to prove this. We need to know this. We need to know that if he was headed this way, he couldn't possibly have been doing what he was accused of doing.
Roll for
So-
fellowship.
18.
Ooh, nice. Alright, only Andrew rolls, because really only he speaks with her. You've passed it. You know, she looks nervously towards the door, but fortunately her uncle is nowhere to be seen, and she whispers, "Please keep it quiet. My uncle didn't knew that I and Carol, we were together, and we wanted to, tell him that we were together, but Carl was afraid because he was only a simple cook and an entertainer, and my uncle thought that he was just a poor artist. He wanted someone better for me,
Understood.
And yes, that night I was babysitting the Grisenheim's daughter, not far from here, and I've asked him. I mean, we agreed that he would visit me, and I think I was actually in the kitchen preparing dinner for the child, when I thought I've heard him knocking on the window from the other room. But when I came there, he wasn't there. I think I've heard that, like, someone was dragged away, into the nearby alley, and as she speaks, you can see that she gets really upset about this. Basically, her voice begins to shake, her eyes begin to water.
It's all right now. You have.
And then the next day, they found him beaten to death like a piece of meat on the Marktplatz, like some wild animal. I hope that
Thank
whoever
you so much.
did this will hang.
I think you've exonerated him from the other things he was accused of. So thank you very, very much for being honest with us.
Basically, she just begins to sob quietly, and you know that it's probably time for you to go.
Thank you so much, and we won't bother you anymore today. Thank you again for your hospitality.
She doesn't say anything, just continues crying.
Okay, I think if it's time for us to leave, we'll head out, and if we see her uncle, we will thank him mightily for letting us speak with her, and let him know that
should
she was
ask him
very,
if-
very helpful.
Carl.
Yeah, go ahead.
What?
Oh, we should ask the uncle what he knows of Carl. I mean, he's another halfling. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be unreasonable to ask.
All right. As you leave the the main room, you encounter the uncle on the corridor leading to the exit. He looks at you. Was my niece any help to you, Schlichters?
Oh, very, very, very much so. She helped us a lot.
I'm glad to hear that. Is there
This is
anything I can do to you? For you?
Sal?
We wanted to ask you, since you're also a halfling, and I'm sure you guys see each other a lot. What did you know of Carl?
He was. I mean, what happened to him was a tragedy, and I hope that people responsible for that will pay the price. I mean, he was a nice young man, but not really ambitious. He was just a simple entertainer and a cook, and not a very good cook at that. I once had a flatulence after his meat pie. But he was decent enough, man. I think my niece may have been, enamored by him, but honestly, I wanted someone better for her to to safeguard her future, if you know what I mean. It's not an
Most
easy
definitely.
place for us halflings to live in. I mean, there are just a handful of us here. But it was a damn shame what happened to him, a damn shame. And it just shows how intolerant are people in the Empire towards us. I mean, we pay taxes like anyone else, we defend the borders, you know, we cook for them for Esmeralda's sake. And that's how they repay us, by beating us to death. Like some rabid animals.
Has anyone been giving you trouble?
No, 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 no. No, Esmeralda forbid. I've never encountered any, you know, anything wrong from these people here in this town. They are all very friendly, but it's only on the outside. In the inside, they are just like anyone else. Prejudiced, xenophobic, intolerant. That's what they are. Yes.
That's anywhere you go, really.
Well, probably. But, you know, this is our home. And, well, there's not much we can do about it. I mean, it's still better than if we were living in Stirland, for example.
What was wrong in Thurland?
They hate halflings there. Call us thieves, you know?
I thought the Moot was in... Or I guess it's next to Stirland, isn't it?
It's next, yes. The Moot is an altogether different province.
Okay.
But in Stirland, halflings are not welcome. No, anyone who's not Stirlander is not welcome there, actually. They think that everyone is just some, you know, weird outsider, heretic or some such thief. Damn Stirlanders.
Thank you for your
so
time.
much.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
If there would be anything else I could do for you Schlichters, then you can come in and ask.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Esmeralda's blessings be with you. And he walks you to the
And you
door.
as well.
So, you come outside. You basically know the story now, the full story. What's your next course of action?
What time is it?
It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No, sorry, 1 it's 1 p.m.
Okay.
I'm getting the impression people in town would want the murderers to hang.
I do too, but if we tell a couple of things, if we announce who it is, they'll riot. And
Why will they
two,
riot? Like,
well, that's the impression that we've gotten, right? I mean, that was the impression I was under, that if we announce that X, Y, and Z killed them, that there's going to be full-scale riots. I think that we might be better off leaving them down there for a couple other days and figuring out what's up with the guy that's, you know, going out and meeting people in the woods and has strange noises from his house and, you know, all that thing. Before we do that, because, to be quite honest, we might need a patsy. We might need a reason to take somebody down, because, you know, if he's involved in a chaos cult or something like that, we can't just come out and say, oh, he's worshiping a heretic cult, because, you know, that might bring down the
So we
witch
might
hunter.
want to just frame him, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think we might need a patsy.
Sure.
That's my point, yeah.
Okay.
Not saying we're gonna do it, but I think, you know, if there's something we can't accuse him of, we might need something that we can accuse him of.
We can keep that in our pocket for the time being.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, maybe he's behind the break-ins or something too. You know, you never know. So yeah, I think it's probably worth sitting on them for now.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what should we do for right now?
That I have no idea.
Well, you have basically two options. Tomorrow will be the day that Kaufman will go for his supplies. And you also know about Ostlander and his house.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about these funky noises and stuff too. But I don't know that we want to get out there and start watching that too early because it's easier for us to be seen.
Roll for intelligence, everyone. Although you shouldn't really be rolling. So, what the hell? Okay, right. Wait a second. Andrew, you rolled 64.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. You had. I mean, how many intelligence do you have?
40.
Alright, so you've passed, because it was plus 30 modifier. Basically, you know that you should wait until dark to do anything.
Right.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's... Well, I don't know if you remember what I said, but one of those three drunks, it doesn't really matter if it was Gerhard, Franz, or Josef, told you that Ostlander is one of very few people in this town who actually... And actually the first person in this town to actually put guards in front of his house.
Right.
And as you already saw a couple of times, people here are pretty, you know, trusting, you know, they don't carry weapons, they know each other. Of course, you know, current crisis notwithstanding, with the factions and all.
You know,
but
if we were hired... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, no, I just want to say that you haven't saw a single guarded house by now.
Right, okay. We were hired to solve other disputes as well. We could spend a couple hours maybe trying to do that, you know, simple disputes.
Well,
and,
you were mainly hired to unite the people of this town once again. And you
Right.
know that to do this, you basically have to deal with Ostlander and the what the hell?
Kaufman.
What's his name? And
Kaufman.
Kaufman, because they are these two guys who are, you know, who are dividing people. If you don't deal with them, if you don't deal, you know, with the situation that they've created, it won't matter how many small disputes you will be able to handle. People are rallying behind these two guys. You know, they are the source. Basically, they are the source.
I guess I'm gonna go back and wait for Gennaro.
All right.
Yeah, we... Probably lunchtime, so why don't we head back to the inn and have lunch and wait for Gennaro a little bit?
Yes, it's actually you're getting a bit hungry right now, so you go back to the Black Boar. Inside you meet Gennaro, who is already eating his meal. Meal which looks very good. Basically, entrails stuffed with barley. And of course, he's drinking, you know, an aromatic dark beer. He waves to you, you know, just and keeps on eating.
I walk over.
Yeah, we go. Oh yeah, boss. This stuff is really good. Yeah, it's really good. Almost like my mama used to make.
I start fixing a plate for myself.
Yeah, you all take a seat, and in a minute, oh well, in a couple of minutes actually, Egil comes over to you, you know, and he just brings you a huge plate of pancakes and fried bacon.
Okay.
And of course some beer. He tells you that the free that he checked twice on on the three drunks, but they are behaving. Although you can see that right now he's walking with his axe behind his belt. One of the few townsfolk of Nordfels who actually does that.
But he wasn't earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier he didn't walk with that weapon. It was
Right.
it was under the counter. But after you told him about the three drunks, he started to.
Right. That's what I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Gennaro if you found anything out.
Oh no, not really. I mean, they're like this two factions, yeah, and they don't like each other, yeah. So I'm thinking that it's like in home, like the, like the families that don't like each other, yeah.
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 Well done.
Oh, thank you.
That's good.
Oh, I try my best, yeah.
Well done.
You just what the shit. But he probably did his best. The kid is really, really, really trying, to be of some assistance to you. And besides, you saw him fight with Moritz, and you saw him crushing, the chest of a man with a single strike of his club. So
Oh wow.
he's definitely worth having around. The man is basically built like an ogre. All right, so you've
Siglinda is grieving.
what?
It's a shame Siglinda is grieving.
Yes, well, like I said, Sally, you think that she looks quite good for a halfling.
I think her uncle might think you're a step down.
Oh.
Well, probably since you're just a vagabond.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you keep
And he hangs
company.
hangs out with two stinky humans.
Yeah, exactly. You're just a disgrace.
Pretty stinky humans. I'm sorry.
Well, no,
Right.
not anymore. I mean, only your clothes stink. You
Oh.
yourself smell rather nice after that. After the bath. Anyway, you finished your meal. It was very good. You've drunk your beer. It was also very good. It's about 2:30 p.m. Tell me, what do you want to do next, gentlemen?
We pretty much have to wait until after dark to surveil the house.
Probably, yes.
What do you guys think?
Well, we're probably going to be up late. Do we want to go? Do we want to go catch a little bit of sleep now and take a nap?
Yeah, probably.
That way we're fully rested for sundown.
Yeah.
I filled Gennaro in on the whole situation too.
Oh yeah, okay. So do I need to beat those two guys up? I mean, the ones that stand in front of the house, yeah.
Maybe. Probably
Oh.
not.
Oh, yeah. All right. I can do that. Yeah.
It's a fluid situation. We'll see.
Oh, right. Yeah. You probably think that it would be better just to sneak inside.
Yeah.
Also, you're not sure of one thing. I mean, you're Schlichters, but I'm assuming that you want to sneak inside his house, which essentially is just breaking in. Sorry. So you're not sure what would happen if you'd be caught, even with the Schlichter statues.
Right.
Oh, I'm
Just-
not sure we can break in though, are we?
Yeah, I
I
don't
thought
know that we're
just
necessarily
watching
planning
out.
on it. But if the opportunity presents itself, I wouldn't mind seeing at least peeking through a window. So
Remember what you were taught about Stefan Ostlander. I will give you a recap. He was first to place guards in front of his house because apparently he has a very dark secret. His home is, well, people say it's haunted because there are strange sounds that can be heard some nights. There are always people delivering things like food, drink, and the like to him, but he lives alone, and he prefers the company of men and is afraid of women. You're, okay, you can roll for Common Knowledge Empire.
Ooh,
All right,
failed that one.
all right, Brandon did.
So I was trying to find my dice roll. Oh, yeah. Sorry, my dice roller seems to just...
No worries. You can
Yes.
use the dice roller on the left.
Yeah, it seems it's done something weird.
I think you can. Oh, okay.
There you are.
You've done it. All right, Andrew. Basically, from what you can tell, homosexuals in the Empire get burned on, on the stake, because apparently Sigmar hates gays. However, Brian and Ashley, your characters know that it's not exactly true. It really depends on the province, and well, normally it's frowned upon, but it's hardly a capital crime. I mean, if a high status clergyman or an elector count would be caught with a man in bed, it would probably mean the end of his career and possibly, in case of a holy man, he would be expelled from the church. But common man, well,
There's someone at my door right now. Can I come back in like 1 minute?
all right. They
Actually I need to as well because I just heard a kid crying. So
all right.
I'll be right back. Yep.
So let's do a small break.
Yeah, Michael, I might actually need to go soon. It's getting quite late here. Michael?
Alright, sorry guys. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So I think one of you guys is putting a dress on. That's what it sounds like. I'm not quite sure what to do with that information. Ooh! What if we send
Sorry?
Gennaro in? Like, I'm serious.
Sorry?
What if we sent Gennaro in, or...
Well, just go mad on them.
Well, my one fear is that he's sacrificing people, you know what I mean? Or something like that.
Yeah. I got this horrible feeling it's all just rumours. We've already solved it.
Yeah. Like, there's no conspiracy, like, it's just rumors getting out of hand.
Yeah, halfling got beaten up by accident. That's it.
Okay, I'm back. You guys here?
Yeah, Mike, I might need to go soon. It's pretty late here. I don't know if
Okay.
it's for you as well, but
Okay, so I guess we can end in. You still have like I don't know 10 minutes more.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. The rest of you are here.
Yeah.
All right. Andrew.
Don't think Andrew's here.
All right. So we'll wait for him. All right. So we'll probably end this before you'll be doing the. Oh, okay, we can start doing the Ostlander action, but I would like for everyone, you know, to be fully ready for that.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
All right, Andrew will be playing for 10 more minutes. All right, because
Okay,
it's
cool.
it's getting late here. Oh, just FYI, I mean next time we can start half an hour early if you're cool with that.
We'll
Okay.
see.
Okay, are you cool with that?
Maybe I'll have to.
Okay. Okay, guys, let's just for now let's return to the game. So,
Okay.
you're going to sleep.
Mhm.
You'll be sleeping. How long? I mean, at what time do you want to go there?
Well, how long of a trip is it to get to there?
Like I said, it's a small town. It's
Yeah, that's what I figured. So,
15 minute stops probably
okay,
from
cool.
where you
So,
are.
Probably just before dusk, I guess, is when we want to get up so that we can have light to kind of get where we're going. But then, it'll start to get dark enough as we're getting there that
Okay.
we won't be seen.
Just
All right.
before sun, we'll head out.
Just before the sun, just before dusk, right?
Right.
Okay. So you take quite a long nap actually, because you remember that it's the summer, so the days are longer. Fortunately, the rather fat food and alcohol that you've ate and drank, helped you go to sleep. And especially you, Sally, you slept very well after rather poor night of binge drinking. You wake up just as the sun outside your window is slowly settling down over the horizon. And you're leaving, I guess. Are you taking Gennaro with you?
Yes.
Alright. Gennaro is, he's like ready. Yeah, I'm gonna crack some skulls. Yeah. Crack some skulls. Wise guys, yeah. Something like that.
I said we circle the place, kind of discreetly, see what we're dealing with, and then meet up around the corner from it or something.
Alright. You circle the place. You basically, like I said, the house, Ostlander house, is in the western half of Nordfels. It's a very spacious house, only a few blocks away from the Marktplatz. It's two stories high. It has minimal damage done to its front. I mean, generally to its structure in general. And you can see, on the dark sky, you can see the silhouette of a huge Empire flag. You can't really get any details since it's too dark, but you can guess that it's a pretty impressive flag. So you circle the house, and you can see two guards standing in front of Ostlander's house. They are large, grim men. They have leather jacks, swords and daggers on them. They look tough and menacing. Although not as tough and menacing as Gennaro, you noted. As you pass them, they just look at you grimly, but don't say anything.
I tip my hat to him.
They don't react in any way. You can see that nearby them is a small table and 2 stools, which they use probably to to just take a rest from time to time. Maybe play some cards during the day. You don't really know. You go around the house. As you go around the house, roll for perception with a slightly negative modifier. Okay, so I can already see that. Okay. Wait, I'm going to roll for Gennaro. You might want to. Okay, you might want to use your luck points at this point, since we are ending in a couple of minutes anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So.
Yeah, okay.
Oh well, that was even worse.
Yeah.
I am not lucky.
Oh, Ashley made a good roll. Brian, how many perception do you have? I mean, intelligence.
Let me pull it up. 1 second. Intelligence, I have 39.
Okay, so only Ashley made it. Basically, Ash, you as you go around the house, remember it's already dark as you are doing this, and there are almost no sources of light here. Fortunately, since you are kind of an outdoors man, you know how to track people, track things.
Yeah.
You note that there is actually a big, scary-looking dog chained to the wall right next to the back door. And as you walk, towards it, the dog, he puts up his head. Now everyone roll for stealth. With Ashley having a modifier, bonus modifier. The rest of you are rolling on your basic stats. Ooh, very nice. I think you've made it, Brian.
Yeah, I think I have a 54 agility.
Oh yeah, because you've upgraded. All right.
I have a 38.
Well, mine's definitely not. Yeah, mine's definitely too low for that one.
Okay. So unfortunately, only Sally was walking like really stealthy. Like remember that you can also use more fate points on this. Another one if you wish.
I think I will.
Except you,
Is there a
Brian.
modifier?
No, there was no modifier for you guys. Okay, Ashley.
Okay, then yeah, I made it as well because I have a 38 and I rolled a 36.
You rolled a 36. Oh, you did roll 36. All right. But do you have a silent move? That's what interests me.
Oh no, I don't. So that would be half.
Well, wait a second. I'm going to. Oh, it's a hard test basically. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So no.
I've got silent move.
Oh, and there are 2 dogs. I'm sorry. There are 2 sleeping dogs. Not one. My bad. And yeah, Gennaro also screwed up. All right. So basically, the dogs. They jump towards you, but fortunately the chains are holding them back, and they begin to bark really loud. Even
We're not trespassing yet, though, right?
no, but they just begin to do that. You even in the darkness you can see that these animals are huge. They are this large muscular dogs. And given given the aggression with which they react to you, you can probably tell that if they would have a chance, they would just rip your throats out.
Did the guards here?
What?
Did the guards hear the dogs?
The guards are not here. No, only the dogs. The guards are at the front door, and they have probably heard that, and the dogs are guarding the back door. Fortunately, it's a back alley, which basically means that you can just hide somewhere. And I will leave you at that, because we should be ending this right now. It's quite late. And next time we shall see how well will you fare.
Yeah.
With
Are we going to save experience for then as well?
yes, you'll be able to spend your experience before the next
No.
game.
I mean, are we going to like not do experience awards tonight and save them for next time?
We can do that if you like. I don't. Have
I
any
mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I just was asking because it sounded like you were in a hurry. So.
Well, I mean, how little time do you have, Ashley?
Oh no, it's not that. It's getting quite late. I mean, if it's 5-10 minutes, that's okay.
Okay, so I will just quickly give you experience. Ashley, please note it since you are
Yeah.
doing the notes. All right, everyone for game today, everyone gets 30 points. For your characters, I liked everyone's characters, so everyone gets 10 points. Maximum you can get. Religion. Ashley gets 10 points because he was a staunch Sigmarite. Brian, what about your religion? Oh, you definitely get 5 points for for girl, wanting to help her, to save her and so on, because I know that Esmeralda is quite big on these things. I don't know if you were role playing Run Out today.
I was buying a lot of drinks.
Oh, right. All right, 10 points for you.
Okay.
Andrew, what about you?
About the only thing I did was buy leather armor instead of metal, and to be quite honest, that was a price issue, not a religious issue. So,
But
I
I
mean, we
will give it to you. I mean, since it kind of honor style anyway, even if you didn't mend it, it's like if you would be a Sigmarite and kill a goblin. Yeah, you don't need to say for Sigmar, but Sigmar still looks favorably upon you if you kill that goblin.
okay.
So you'll get 5 points for that. Something else? Because I know that you worship more than one god.
Let's see. There was nothing particularly Sigmar-ish. No real violence. No real relying on luck. For Renaud. If I remember correctly, I'm flipping to that section of
Actually,
Helm of Salvation.
didn't you want to not give this man over to the crowd?
Yes.
So I'm going to give another 5 points for that, because that is a run-out thing, kinda. And because you know that if you would bring this man to the crowd, they would just kill them.
Right.
And it would cause a major chaos and major, rioting, something which Ronald does not approve of. So, also 10 points for you, everyone.
Great.
Yeah. Remember about little things like that, guys. Yeah, I mean, I would be grateful if you would read the commandments of your gods and act them out. But it's also stuff like this that wasn't really planned. Anyway, provinces. Tell me about your provinces, Brian. There was this bit with mushrooms. I mean, and
I actually have a pound of them that I'm trying to be discreet on what I do with them, but
yeah, but you were saying that there was some guy in Lucini who gave them to you.
I kind of made up a story.
Yeah, but I mean it works. There weren't many other things, but I will give you 5 points for that definitely. Ashley, your province is Talabekland, if I believe. Yeah, it was Talabekland.
I'm a Reclander, aren't I?
What?
I'm no Reclander, aren't I?
You're a Reclander. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought I was.
I need to check it out actually. I think you may be. Yeah. So how did you play Reikland? Oh, I don't know if you're... Okay, I don't know if you're a Reiklander because there's nothing on your character sheet, but okay, you can be a Reiklander. Right. So, were you role-playing a Reiklander today?
I didn't feel particularly Reclanderish today. I can't remember. I was pretty sure I was I meant to be Reclander, but no, I couldn't.
I think you were a Talabek. You were a guy from Talabekland, you know. That's why I've actually, that's why I've started. I mean, that's not why I've started the the last adventure, but I think that it was fitting. I mean, all right, it's your choice since we don't know. You can right now you can change it if you want. You want to be a Reiklander or a Talabeklander?
Oh, I'll go Reclander because I was going to write up my biography and it kind of linked into that anyway. So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just remember that Reiklanders are, they usually think they are better than the rest of the Empire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was what I was at the start because I remember you mentioning that before.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So you're a Reiklander, right?
Yeah.
But you weren't really Reiklandish today. I mean.
No, not very today. I think I've toned it down a bit.
All right. All right. So please read about Reikland. I've posted the info about provinces on our Facebook page.
Okay.
So
that's where it was.
Yeah, everything is on our Facebook page, guys. Your gods, your provinces, info about Tylea. Just go there, click the links, and read the stuff. It's all there. Okay, so next time I hope I'll see a more proud Reiklander from you. And finally, Lucas, I think you're the Talabeklander, I believe.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. So Talabeklander the man.
I didn't feel particularly, but I mean, I don't know that it up in a way that was terribly
Talabeklandish.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, like it's there was really no.
Yeah.
There's really no kind of way to do it in the confines of what we've done so far. So I didn't feel like I was particularly.
I understand. All right.
Talabeklish.
Well, Talabeklanders, they love their forest. They are
right.
hunters. They are very, they treat their game, the game that they hunt, with respect before they eat it or skin it.
Right.
Remember that in the book Sigmar-forsaken, there are a bunch of sayings from every province. I think it's also in the Tylea Spears of the Maiden. That's something for you, Brian. Things that people speak. You can actually use them in our game. They are usually something like curses or good luck, charms. I'm not saying that you should speak them all the time because it would be weird and artificial, but you can just kinda include them.
Yeah, I thought I had my copy handy, but I don't seem to have. I'm gaming in a third different area, so I don't have quite everything with me. So yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we weren't really in nature and doing nature things much of the time, so I didn't really get to be terribly Talabeklandish.
All right. Next time I'm pretty sure you will be just like Johan.
Yeah.
And same goes to you, Brian. Remember that there is much more to playing a Tylean. But I'm it's just a matter of reading stuff and utilizing. I know that's not always possible. But then again, it's not necessary to get points for that. It's one of the optional things. Right. So finally, we come to, I believe, to the ideas. Ideas that you've utilized in the game that were somehow beneficial to you. To the story, that pushed the story forward. So.
I mean, I know. Well, I know we had the idea to stash the three drunks in the basement over.
Good.
let
How-
them be executed.
However, I'm not going to give you points for that because it
Right, because
hasn't.
we don't know how that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know how that's going to play out yet.
But if
Um,
you manage to make it, without getting things pear-shaped, then you get the points.
Oh, we stopped. We stopped the possible fight in the tavern.
Yes, alright, that was actually pretty good. I'll give each one of you 5 points for that. Because it was actually beneficial to the story. If you wouldn't stop it, you would have harder time speaking with people in the town. That was good. That was good. 5 points for each of you.
We talked to the vendors found out about the
Did quite a bit
wagon.
of gossip. Yeah.
3 p.m.
Yeah, well, that's basically just a part of the adventure.
Right.
Okay.
I think getting the girl to admit her affair, I think, might prove useful, but we'll see on that.
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's a good idea. Personally, I think it's a good idea to get her to tell us what we already know, so that she doesn't think that necessarily that we already knew. If that makes sense.
It actually does, kinda. Yeah. We shall see how it plays out.
It makes us seem less police-like and more confidant-like.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so we shall see how this will work out. Also, Brian, you get 5 points for playing a halfling very well.
Okay.
Because I think that you've once again bought someone drinks or food or something, and generally I like your halfling. So that's it for today, I guess. You guys did good. You guys did good. We are in about half of the adventure already, but it's a pretty short one. Still, I liked it. I liked it a lot. So you know.
I like it so far. Pretty good.
Yeah. It's one of the fan-made ones, like most that I have. So please, Ashley, tell us how many points do each of you get?
I've got Brian 65, Andrew 55, and myself 55.
Alright, very well, very well. So save the journal, and that's it for today. I'll be seeing you guys in 2 weeks from now. Since I had in my job I now have a more steady situation, I will be able to play every weekend. What this means is that basically every Saturday is good for me. Whether it's good for you or not, it's a different thing, but I just want you to know that it's good for me.
Yeah, I can definitely say I cannot play every weekend.
All right.
I wouldn't be able to.
All right.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I'm not able to play every weekend. Just
Oh, okay. Any Saturday.
Yeah, any Saturday. No. Sorry. I have another group with which I play every week, once a week. So for the past 6 years, but I wouldn't be able to do that with another group because I have a few things, other things to do.
So you're saying
Off, we could do like a.
if we need to reschedule, we could do 2 weeks in a row. Then
yeah, I mean,
whatever.
I'm basically cool with every day a week, really, except one evening, maybe 2, because I'm working 9 to 5 p.m. And then I have the evening off. Just so you guys know, yeah. If anything happens, if you won't be able to play, this day or that, just write about it and we'll reschedule the game.
Okay.
But I would really appreciate if we would keep the consistency. I mean, once every 2 weeks would be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Right. So yes.
Sorry, can I just ask, with the on the sheet, on the character sheet, you got current XP and total XP.
Total XP is your total XP that you've accumulated so far, and the current XP is the unspent XP.
Let me change that.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I should add to both of those.
Yes. You need to also always add the total, the amount of XP to your total XP, and after you advance in your characteristics, then you should strike down numbers from current XP.
Okay, thank you.
For example, right now I see that Johan has 245 XP for some reason.
Oh yeah, I just added it because it's 55 XP.
Yeah.
So I had 190.
But you weren't, I mean, advancing in your career, were you? I don't think you did.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't remember putting the XP down, so I don't know.
No, I mean that you haven't spent your XP in a while. I think.
No, did we spend XP when we created? Did we have free advances when we created the character? I haven't spent any.
Yeah, I think there were 400. There was 400 XP when the character was created.
Yeah, 400 free XP for you, and I don't know, you've spent it, right?
Yeah, I must have spent it. That's why my current XP is lower than my total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have how many unspent XP do you have?
245.
245. All right. Just remember, note those things on your character sheets. Also note your money. All right, and yeah, just do that. Right now, you're not. I know that you're not encumbered too much, so I just don't really care what you are carrying right now because none of you is carrying, like, I don't know, a mortar or something like that. But in time, I will. If you gather stuff and you keep stuff, I will check if you should not be moving slower.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty hard in Warhammer Fantasy to have a huge encumbrance problem, but mind you, it can
I
be done.
suspect you'll likely get robbed first, but
Yeah, probably. I mean, my players always get robbed or killed before they were able to be encumbered. But it was a long time ago, and I'm not the game master I used to be. All right, it was fun, guys. So I think that we should play next. I mean, on Saturday in 2 weeks. If I'll write it on our Facebook group and on our Roll20 group. If you're cool with that, then it's okay. If not, then write about it and we can reschedule it.
okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure I'm not free on the 30th, just to let you know. So
30th?
We do the upcoming
yeah,
Saturday.
so if it's every 2 weeks, that will be the one after the next session.
Okay. So will I either play on Friday or Sunday maybe, or just in the middle of the week, I guess.
We'll figure it out next session, I think.
Yeah.
We'll
But
have a
so
little
far,
better-
next session will take place on 16th of January. I'll see you guys then.
Okay.
Thank you very much for a game.
Yeah, real quick, Ashley, your Facebook said you're in Sheffield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a big city, but he's also kind of an eccentric person. Do you know Mark Hydes personally?
I don't know him personally. I've met his brother.
Oh, okay. I just was wondering if he's weird in person as he is online. That's all.
Yeah, I know people know him, but I've not met him personally. He seems quite reclusive.
Yeah, seems that way. So anyway, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like I said, completely unrelated to the game, but just wanted to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know him? Have you met him? Or...
I've dealt with him on multiple occasions, and he just seems very flaky. So I was curious.
Yeah, he's definitely an odd one.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I was just curious. So yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I guess we'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
Right.
Yes, see you in a couple of weeks.
See you in
Cool.
a couple of weeks, guys. Thank you for
Take care.
game. It was
See you
great.
guys.
It was great
Yeah,
fun
bye.
as always.
Yeah.
Until next time.
All right.